Don't get me started.
Don't get me started. Oh, shut your mouth. Hello. Yes. Oh, is he going to be like, for those of you, what is it?
For those with the benefit of flash photography.
That's it. Here's our names. Welcome in to this late edition of, what's the show called?
I think it's called Co-Video Killed the Radio Star.
What a name! Co-Video Killed the Radio Star. We got one complaint about that, and I'm very proud of it. Welcome in here to the...
It was a good complaint.
It was a good complaint.
From somebody who never listened and just complained anyway.
Yes. They're not listening still, in the words of...
Fuck you, right?
On the plane.
I'm not a listener, and I don't really give a fuck, but here's my complaint.
First time not listener, first time complainer. That never gets said, does it?
No.
I love that. It's like, long time listener, first time caller.
And not only did they not listen or pay attention to the show in any way, they chose when we were live to complain about it. And Muggins read it. Well, not live on air, but read it while live on air.
Oh, yeah. I was
what
like,
the fuck is this?
Good to see return of the notorious JEZ and ABC.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, it almost wasn't tonight either, because I had 100 things to do, and I was absolutely rushing as fast as I could, was delayed by reasons, and
You're
now
almost a Matroska doll.
A what?
A Matroska doll. You were Russian.
Oh, I see. Very good. I did not get that immediately, but when it was explained to me, I did. And
not a good joke, then, is it?
Yes. So yeah, and everything fucked up. So it took ages, and of course, some of the stuff was still in the car from Germany, which I hadn't brought in because knowing that we weren't doing it last week, I went, well, I'll take my time. It's been so long, I've lost my sub streak.
That doesn't make any sense.
Subbing again with Prime, and Will has also subbed. He subbed for 12 months of these massive Kents.
Which must mean that we've been on this exclusive channel for 12 months now.
I'm loving it.
That maths out, I guess. Yeah, we did DGMS 100 and then we moved, didn't we? Yeah, so that makes sense. Makes total sense.
Say the number. 140! 140! Duncan, you require 40. So, yes, welcome in. Welcome in Rue, who knows my name, but she only remembers you as Hat Boy. But I kind of like Hat Boy. There was a Hat Boy that came to my stream one time and told me I couldn't sing.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Hat Boys, please don't sing!
Just do the drawing-y thing. I've forgotten what that's called. What was it called? Gartic.
Gartic.
Just do Gartic.
Like, he didn't even say, just be funny, Alex. I don't want you to sing. Just be funny.
No, like many of the cunts that would turn up. So I'm here for the Gartic. I don't give a fuck what face is involved.
Yeah.
I just want to draw penises and racist things on stream.
Oh, God.
Expect people to laugh at it.
Yeah. Gone are those days. First episode in ages, Jess has worn a hat too.
Well, that's it.
What hat you got here today?
This is my Chicago Bulls gold.
Gold!
Much like Bullet Club gold, except it's not Bullet Club. It's the Chicago Bulls.
I quite like that.
But the colours.
It's quite stylish.
Colour works. Yeah,
Have you had your hair cut?
I haven't. That's why I have a hat.
Yeah. I don't have that excuse.
Turns out that being locked in the house for a week means that you forget to have your hair cut at the time you're supposed to. And now it's half term and there's cunts everywhere.
I see.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
here
don't
we
know
are.
when the last time I wore a hat on DGMS was actually. It's been a fair few.
Because every time I look at you, I'm like, he's not wearing a hat. But we couldn't do it last week. You were ill, and the week before I was in Essen. But thanks for tuning in if you did for the shaky stream that was the Essen hotel stream. There's not really a lot you can do about that, really. If I was ever to go forward do that whenever I went to Essen, I'd really think about how to make that a little bit better. But
yeah, I mean, I didn't see any problem with it. Did you encounter issues? Did you?
No, but like Aletha said that it was a bit kind of where like the connection. Actually, although I was in an Ethernet connection, I had a room with an Ethernet thing, so I shoved that in, obviously. And it just also when I went on my OBS, I couldn't find any way to add my docs in, so I couldn't add my chat into it. So I had to go to like the creator dashboard in Twitch to go to find my chat. It's one you're on the fly, you're rushing around, it doesn't matter. But
yeah, I mean, I didn't have any connection issues, so I think it was probably just Aletha.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. It was less of a mess than last year. Oh, really? I thought last year was a lot slicker. But we had Listen, obviously I went to Essen a couple of weeks ago and we did this stream. So thanks for tuning in, like I say. And those people who did see it saw what was me talking about games and Will talking about games. And Captain Brilliant kind of obsessed with the hygiene of other people in the venue. And I'm like, okay, let's talk about games now.
Yeah, no, that Will guy was very interested in bringing things back to the games as much as possible. You were just interested in like, oh, we're talking about this, let's go that way then, and we'll just go in whatever direction the chat goes.
Yeah.
Apart from what you're saying, Patty, let's steer away from that shit.
But yeah, Will was really great, and actually the next day we were talking about it. I think he's really into that. Maybe if I can maybe get Will down at some point to do some stuff. Basically, he's good. But 139 for missing that one. Listen, thank you so much for all the bits you're sending that way. They're as bitty now as they ever have been. Will, really appreciate it.
Yeah. If anything, they're worth more now because inflation.
Yeah.
Is that how that works? It's a bit mathy for me. I just said words and it sounded convincing.
We're scientists, not mathematicians.
I said it with conviction, so therefore it must be true.
Yes.
But welcome back, Will. You have been missed for the last however many it's been. I know it's been a couple at least.
So yeah, it's been a bit crazy also with us like not being around, and obviously so it's been a couple of weeks, but we're here. Talk about some stuff. We've got things written down on pieces of paper. We'll be able to talk about your bullshit and all that sort of stuff. We'll get to that in a bit. But yeah, I just had a McDonald's.
You did?
That's amazing. That's how rushing around I was on the way back. Aletha was like, I'm really hungry. And I was like, we had a McDonald's the other day. And I'm like, this is the answer though, isn't it? And so I said, did you want to get McDonald's? And she was like, yes.
Right. And it's good that it gave you the opportunity to be magnanimous and said, look, we can get some McDonald's.
We wouldn't normally do this.
For you, we'll push the boat out and double McDo in 1 week.
Yeah, we'll go for it.
I double McDo'd as well because where I was ill, I didn't have any food in the house in the latter part of last week. So like, right, McDonald's, that's probably something that I can stomach. So we have McDonald's like Thursday or Friday. And then you brought McDonald's round on Sunday for the NFL.
Yes,
which was amazing as well. And yeah, double McDo. And we'll probably have McDonald's at some point tomorrow as well.
Let's just keep having it. Everybody get it.
Yeah, they debunked that Super Size Me thing. He was actually on cocaine.
Was he?
A lot of cocaine, and that was why his body failed him, not the McDonald's. So, yeah.
I never actually
eat
watched
as much
or
McDonald's
read.
as you want.
I never watched or read Super Size Me, but he was just like, wasn't the point of that was that like anytime anyone asked him if he wanted to go large, he just said yes.
So basically, yeah, he had McDonald's every meal of every day, and if he was asked by the cashier if he wanted to go supersize, he had to say yes. And it didn't happen that many times.
Right.
But it happened a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, so he went to see a doctor at the beginning and like took his weight and did a checkup and all that kind of thing, and went to see a doctor at the end after his body basically shut down. He was like, no, you have to stop doing this. Your kidneys are failing you and your liver's about to turn to liquid. And so people are like, oh my God, McDonald's is so bad. I can't believe it. And then a few years later, it transpired when he went into rehab that no, he was a massive coke fiend, and it was actually the oodles of drugs that he was taking that had destroyed his body, not the McDonald's. And because they couldn't replicate the results, nobody else that did it, and lots of people did.
Yeah, of course they did.
Like, I mean, people put on weight, obviously, and they were generally less healthy. But
that's what happens if you eat burgers every day anywhere.
Yeah, if you eat the same thing, regardless of what it is, even if you just ate like celery every meal of every day, your body would fucking rebel against that.
Can you supersize cocaine, Jeremy?
Yes, it's like I don't know what they measure.
There's an extra value.
It's like 2 spoons instead of 1.
Stick another spoon in of cocaine.
Yeah.
Do you know, because like sometimes when you go to Asda, I always try, as I've said before, to sweet talk the pizza person. Oh, how's it? How you doing? How's it going? Blah blah blah. Chat. I'm not long to go now. All that rubbish stuff, but just trying to make a connection with them, and they're like, "Oh, I'll put an extra spoon on for you." I wonder if they do that with cocaine, but only with a little tiny spoon.
Yeah,
like that little tiny cocaine spoon, and just be like, "Plum plum." Isn't it have an extra snort for me? I don't know. I don't take drugs, so I don't know really how it works.
Yeah, I don't know how it works. There's something involving spoons, and you can burn it on a spoon and
Yeah.
put it in some tin foil or something.
I think that's heroin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Same shit, different powder.
I don't know. Do you know what? Like, drugs looks cool, but I would...
Drugs looks cool.
Drugs looks cool. Don't do drugs. Wait, hang on a minute. You should use this platform for something. If you're a horrible person, do take drugs.
Yeah, too many, so that you die.
Yes. But if you're a nice person, don't take drugs.
Yeah, just leave it.
Find legal ways of having fun, like board games and wine.
Wine's good.
Cheese. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No one ever
McDonald's.
No one ever died of cheese.
No one ever died of McDonald's. They
Right?
proved that.
No.
There you go. Yeah. So if I'm not responding to the chat today, it's because I can't really see it.
Yes.
In our haste to set up, the camera is in a different place, although it is in the same place as usual, if that makes sense.
Monopoly.
So I can't really see.
And is that a suggestion? I'd rather do drugs, mate. I'd literally...
Monopoly's babe.
Every time someone suggests that I play Monopoly, I have to
Monopoly.
I have to do an E. And they're like, oh shit. It's like Super Size Me, but on drugs. And I'll be just like, every time someone suggests that, I'm just
Super
like,
pass go me.
yeah, every time I pass go, I have to take...
You have to take a heroin.
I have to take a heroin.
A heroin.
We're so cool, we don't know what it is. Yeah, or like just a pill would be great, right? Because you can measure that. I think it'd be hard to do heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that...
Every time you pass go, you've got to melt down one of the counters and intravenously...
Insert a dog into your body. Okay, no, that sounds weird.
Rule one.
Yeah,
Rule one.
No, sharp. I'm not doing it. Oh my god. What's your favourite Monopoly piece, Jeremy? If you have one?
I like the car.
Oh,
Car's
yeah.
pretty good.
I think the car's cool.
Yeah, it's, classic, really early era car.
Yeah.
And it's not a dog.
It's not a dog. You would never be the dog.
Would never be the dog. No.
No. Sometimes people are like, the iron, and then they're like, broom, broom, and they pretend like the iron's a car, and I'm like,
yeah, those people are cunts.
Yeah. If we did drinking Monopoly around London, I reckon we could dress up as those things. Imagine dressing up as an iron and just running around London drinking.
Beep, beep.
It'd be so fucking stupid. That'd be the only time I think I'd enjoy Monopoly, would be if we were doing drinking Monopoly around London and we dressed up as the pieces.
How does that work? Are you actually playing Monopoly, or is it just you go to the places and drink?
Listen, I don't know how it works, or even if there is a method by which it works.
I mean, I'm not against it either way, but I would like to do some kind of gameplay aspect to it.
There is a Monopoly game, and I'll get to that in a moment, actually, because I know about that. But the way I would make our version of this work is that a bit like Monopoly, a bit like McDonald's Monopoly, you probably get loads of kind of like properties and bits and pieces you're trying to put together on your own little board. So you probably have your own little board that we go around with, and as we visit various places on Monopoly, you get to colour them in and stuff like that. But it would take too long to get them all, so maybe you'd like draw things out of a bag. I do something like that, or go to certain things and you get to colour things in and get properties, and you get stuff for the amount of colouring. I love a colouring in on a pub crawl, basically. Although, a different thing here, and I'll say it now, is that all systems go, I suspect, for Christmas bus crawl.
Oh, good. Absolutely.
And Captain Brilliant sent me a message saying, is it on the 16th? And I said, no, it's on the 23rd.
Yeah, I was going to say, why would it be on the 16th?
I didn't say that to him, but I just said, it's on the 23rd. She said, great, I'm off.
I mean, in previous years, I would have been like, yes, 16th, sounds wonderful, because I would have been going to family for Christmas. But now, no, everyone can fuck themselves.
Cool.
And you can do it at the time that I will allow you.
Thank you. As long as you're good with that.
I am, yes.
Cool. So if you want to join in our merry Christmas bus crawl, I'm telling you now, the 23rd of December. I know it's like a couple of months away, but let's get that in your brains right now. The 23rd.
Yeah.
If you are interested in doing this, maybe we can really make it. Maybe that's the opportunity. It's quite close to Christmas, obviously, but I checked out because Tamzanaki said something about the buses not being right, or the buses being changed or something like that. So I checked.
Oh, someone else said that. Yeah.
I checked the bus timetable, and bus timetable's fine. It has been changed, but it's now a regimented hourly kind of thing. Before, you may recall, you might not, that it got a bit messed up at points.
There was like one where you had to do a 2-hour gap or an hour and a half.
Right, it's all been regulated now. It's all been standardised.
So it's been made better for us.
Yes.
Excellent.
So effectively, I tested it out. It starts at say 1, and I can guess down across it. So it does work. And I've got an idea for a game, Jeremy.
Oh yeah,
a Christmas game.
I do remember when you introduced a game to the Christmas pub crawl a few years ago. I don't remember much about it because I drunk a lot. It was something to do with colouring in countries.
Always colouring in. Got to colour in on a bus crawl.
It's, always be colouring. That's what ABC stands for.
It does. Maybe we will colour in, but I've got a little game that we can all play on the way, which my friend has told me, which could be chaos and it could be amazing.
Is it like a bingo? Like drink when you see a top bin? Just to keep it on the theme of the...
No, I don't want to reveal too much.
When we go to the shit pub round the corner, as we walk in, go, oh yeah, this is the shit pub, and then we walk back out again and do a shot from a hip flask that we brought with us. Is that one of the
actually
rules?
the good? I'm gonna sneeze.
Isn't it?
The pub around the corner is actually good now. Well, it was. It's back anyway, so that's good because it was closed last year.
Oh, I didn't mean that one. I meant the one that we do infrequently.
Oh yeah, that one. That is shit.
Is up and round.
Oh, you mean the Coach and Horses? Yeah,
yes.
In Limins, just so you know which one we're talking about. Yeah. I don't want to go near that one. Are we bringing Dominic the Donkey? Yes. Listen, I have this little fun game that we might be able to play, and maybe a little colouring in something as well. That might be fun.
Fair enough.
Where are we getting road cheese from? You're gonna have to buy road cheese on the way.
That's how road cheese works.
From a different place.
On the road, rather than buying it at the butcher's halfway.
We can't.
Yeah.
You're going to bag it up.
Now. I mean, you can knock on their door and see if they've got any cheese. But,
donk, 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 donk.
In the spirit of Christmas, they'll probably tell you to fuck off.
Go back slightly to the life-sized Monopoly. There's a Monopoly in London experience called Monopoly Life-Sized. And
imaginative, original, like it.
And I was invited to go to it as part of a sales and marketing meeting earlier this year, but I couldn't go because it butted onto the first event of the Curious Pastimes year, so I couldn't go because I had holiday the next day. And what effectively that is you get into teams, and it's like a kind of an escape roomy experience with lots of little mini games. So you roll these big dice and you go around the board in your team, and then your team it's a bit Crystal Maze is the best way of working. Like then your team has to do a task, and you're all taken around with like a person that's running you around, like a game manager, like a person, a member of staff is taking you around and goes, now you must play this game. Who's going to play? And they go, Bob, you play it. And then they do that. And so it's like it's pretty much the same model as I understand it as Crystal Maze, because the Crystal Maze...
I was going to say, it sounds less Monopoly and more everything else.
Yeah, it's basically, the thing that makes it Monopoly is there's the board and you go on things and you land on things, you can go to jail and do all those kind of stuff. But the thing that makes it like the Crystal Maze, if you've never done that, is the Crystal Maze is 4 games running at once. So you start in like the Aztec zone, but everyone is clever, right? Because you're a team of 8 and there's 4 teams of 8. And then as you move on, everyone just rotates around. So you can always...
Yeah, it's clever because they make 4 times the money.
Maximum efficiency. So in a similar way, I might even be the same people just went, let's do this, but Monopoly, go. And then they collected £200. So...
probably offer each person.
Yeah. Cha-ching! So yeah, my friend said it was okay, but I don't think they went crazy in the coconut for it. And I don't want to go to it. So
because you don't like Monopoly.
I don't, and also they reported back that it was totally basic and fine and okay, and that isn't the thrilling response that I wanted to hear. So I'm not going to splash my cash on it. It's only the London one that's 4 at once. Manchester only 1 unless it's changed.
Well, that's because everything in Manchester is 4 times less good than in London.
I think London is 8 at once, actually. Well, I don't know how they do that, because, I mean, it's possible you could have 2 teams in each zone and they all move around. But when we did it, there was definitely 4. And I know that because I was there. But whether they do 8 now, even by their standards, but I don't. I want to do the Crystal Maze. It is fun.
Controversial opinion. Crystal Maze is just a shit Krypton Factor.
The Krypton Factor is great.
Love the Krypton Factor.
I was obsessed.
Crystal Maze.
I was obsessed with the Crystal Maze as a kid.
Bald guy.
Crystal Maze is to me as Robot Wars is to you.
Oh yeah? Yeah. You went full on nerd, recording all the stats, put them in a folder type nerdery.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Loved it. I would write down, I would script things out. I had the Crystal Maze book game thing. Oh my god, I love the Crystal Maze. Crystal Maze. Each zone has 2 parts. Okay, it didn't do that in the London one I went to. It was just like a bunch of things. But they could get 8 in there, but it's just a bit shit. I tell you now.
Wait, does it have grabbing gold slips and shoving them down your top? No, that was Funhouse. Also better than the Crystal Maze.
Fun house. It's a whole lot of fun. You did have to jump around in the Crystal Dome and get as many gold things as you could, and we smashed it into pieces, and we won that whole thing. We beat the other 3 teams.
By which you mean you smashed the dispenser and just picked out the wad of gold before they were shot out into the air.
And just fucking made it.
This is how
rain.
it's done. Solved your fucking puzzle.
Yes, you get to go in the Crystal Dome. It has everything you want from the TV show that you wanted to do. They tried to do Funhouse live experience a few years ago.
I mean, it seems like an easy thing that you could actually do. Just people pay to go and
Just
play Funhouse.
Pick up one of the twins and drive her around London for a bit, and then
Yeah, I mean, it's just a go-kart ring. Basically a large climbing frame type, maze thing. And then you set up other games in another area. It's easy. Easy money. All you need is the copyright to the name Funhouse. Have we got the copyright to the name Funhouse?
We don't know.
Oh.
No. We have to work on that one. What was the idea we had the other day that was going to work? A live Among Us kind of thing. So,
patent pending.
Patent pending. I spoke to someone at work about that, about social deduction games. He said, "Oh yeah, my daughter's well into Among Us. When you went to the board game thing in Germany, was there a board game about Among Us?" I said there was. They just released it. It was called Among Cultists, and it was a cultist-based version of Among Us. And I was trying to, I don't know if I said this, but I was trying to tell Will about, I said, what's all this stuff for social deduction games? There's so many, and I listed them all. He's like, listen, the best way to do it, maybe not a werewolf thing, maybe you could just set it in space on a spaceship. And I'm like, and he was like, that's Among Us, isn't it? I'm like, yes. So I just don't know. I was thinking the other day about various bits and pieces about Board Game Channel and stuff like that. And one of the things I wanted to do was review every social deduction game, like film myself playing every social deduction game with a bunch of people, and then tell you which one the best is. And then the joke will be at the end, I'll say, they're all shit. Go fuck yourselves. Good night. And that's it. And or something like that. But maybe I will give a reasonable review of it. It would be nice.
The deduction of social deduction.
Yeah. Which one's the real? Which one's the best?
Lol. You know what would be hellish to turn into a real life experience? Finders keepers. I love finders keepers.
The one where they get a little thing and then they run around the.
It's basically like a set of a house.
Yes.
And it would be like, and the prize is in the bedroom, and you run up to the bedroom, you fucking tear it apart, looking for an envelope or some kind of
100%
like prop that is the thing that they're looking for. And it's like, oh my god, those poor stagehands having to tidy that up afterwards.
Put it all back together again. Yeah. It's like I'd quite like to have an escape room, make an escape room, And you think to yourself, that's like the ultimate in passive income in a way. Once you're set, it's not, but you know what I mean. Once you're set, it just keeps churning over. People keep coming and experiencing it, So let's get a container, put a load of fucking puzzles in there, put a load of padlocks in there, and away you go. You know what I mean,
it's not hard, is it? You just have a room.
Listen,
when they go in there, right, just throw in a jigsaw puzzle. And like, when you finish the jigsaw puzzle,
you've won.
And you can escape.
Do you know something?
Escape room, way.
If it was easy, everyone will be doing it. And they are. So it is easy, basically. But I want to know how you step up escape rooms to the next level. I want to know how you make it not shit.
I think we had that. It's called Saw. That was definitely the way you
I'll tell you something that would be good. Just where you say the word nightmare. If you could do a nightmare experience. You remember the TV show Nightmare?
I do vaguely remember Nightmare, yeah.
You put a big helmet on and you're steered round a kind of a set. And ultimately you're steered round a set with nothing on, a green screen set, really. I mean, and you just keep going and then the group can see what you're doing. They're like, he's like, where am I? And it's like, you're in a room, there's a goblin over there, it's going to eat you. Hasn't seen you yet. Okay, well, sidestep to the left. Now go forward, sidestep to the left, pick up banana and all that sort of shit. And I just think I never missed that. That was a show I never watched. So I would love to it can't be that difficult to recreate.
Especially not in this world of, VR and Oculus headsets and shit.
You could VR easy. That shit.
It's basically the same thing.
But now, I mean, in a way, whilst that might be a great nostalgia trip, the concept of that now, people would just rather play video games, you know what I mean? Because the idea is that you're steering someone in this computerized world. Well, fuck that. You don't even need a person to steer. part of the thing about that is obviously steering them and their ability / inability to be dexterous enough and agile enough to get out of the way of a fucking swinging guillotine or whatever. But, that's obviously the fun, I suppose. But it would be interesting to get people to come round and then, like, we're going to take you round this whole thing. I'm going to see whether you can get, basically. But, anyway, did you want to... I can see that Will has put a hap in.
Yeah.
Did you want to... I've got to... By the way, something's beeping over there. I want something to beep. I don't think it's coming out on this, but...
Fair enough. Well, yeah, before there are too many premature hapulations, we should just move into the segment so that they are on time hapulations.
Yes.
It's just doing a thing. This is happening.
In a world filled with haps and naps, two men have risen above to bring you. This is happening.
It was quite an orgasmic sound, considering people couldn't see your face.
Oh, and I went, There was a Traitors board game they were selling in Germany. In
really,
Essen.
like an actual Traitors branded one? Or...
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It had a picture of like the 3 kind of hooded robed traitors, and so you know what I mean, like, and it said the traitors, but in German. And I didn't need.
They're traitors.
It wasn't. I had to find it. It was something else, but like I sent a picture of it immediately to.
Is there a Traitors Germany?
It's on RTL, which is I think a European channel.
TV network.
Yeah. No, stop it. I'm just gonna find this.
De Vereta, according to Harmstone.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. I've got to find. Oh, there you go. Yeah, De Vereta. There you go. So it's like got a kind of it's. I sent a picture of it immediately to De Vereta to Aletha, thinking she would know what it was, and she took one look at it and didn't know what it was. So
well, Aletha, well known for loving the traitors.
I know, and that's why I sent it because I'm like, just. How about them Eagles, Batman, Brogan? How's it to turn in slightly into fucking Chris Walker? Brogan, are you a Jets fan?
He
Brogan?
is a Jets fan, yes.
Oh, I get it. I get it. I loved it. Lots of people lost when they should have fucking won the other day.
Yeah, I mean that's been a lot this season actually. You know, and there are no undefeated teams left in the NFL now, which is pretty early, like week 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, cool.
Yeah. It was. I mean, I watched that game, Brogan. It was really, it was good, and I was like, what the fuck is happening? Because at the beginning they kind of went off to the races thing a bit, and then suddenly they're coming back, and I'm like, oh man, this is good. So yeah, it's cool. It was unfortunately this is happening. Obviously, American football's been going on. I bloody love football, and Bucks didn't win, but we're still top of our group because the division is. We're okay.
You can say it, dog shit. It's dog shit.
The rest of the division is really bad.
The rest of the conference is pretty much dog shit, apart from you, the 49ers, the Eagles. Yeah, that's it. Everyone
I mean, I
else is
felt
dog
bad
shit.
about this week because it put us into a quite mediocre situation, but we're still at the top of our division. So, happy days.
Yeah.
So what is hap for you, Jeremy?
Hap for me is, despite my upchucking incident last week, I managed to recover enough in time to go and watch New Japan Pro Wrestling on Saturday, which was cool. It's the first time I've gone and done a thing like on my own in that sense.
Oh, cool! Yeah,
like gone to an event on my own, and it was cool. I thoroughly enjoyed it. They managed to tailor the card completely to me, so I would see all of the New
things
Japan
you
people
wanted.
that I wanted. Apart from like one guy, I saw everyone I wanted to. So I'm like, cool. I don't need to go to Japan now. They brought Japan to me.
Japan has come to you. Fair enough. Did you meet any interesting people, or like just people that were there, or chatted to other people?
There was this couple from Essex that sat next to me that kind of adopted me because I was on my own.
Oh, that's nice.
They were decent enough.
Did they buy you any drinks?
They did actually, yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to go anywhere. I couldn't be asked to go to the bar, so.
And they were like, "We're going to a bar. Did you want a drink?"
Yeah.
And they went and got you one.
Yeah, I mean, I only had a soft drink because I was still not 100%.
Sure.
Yeah.
When I went to Eurovision earlier in the year, we had like this group in front of us. These group of women all had these Union Jack dresses and Union Jack stuff, and Union flag, as I said before. But I'm not going to split hairs with myself. As they looked a bit like Jerry Halliwell at the Brits, and I think that was what they were going for. And they went off to get some drinks. And do you want a drink? And I'm like, yes. She went, what do you want? I went, a red wine, please. She went, no worries. And it was all high spirits and everything. Good. I said, I'll get you one back.
It's like, are you going to spike me? No. Oh. Could you?
Could you, if you wouldn't mind?
That'd be more fun.
Yeah. I never got her one back.
That's winning.
It is winning. I would have done.
How you do life.
I would have done. But I just didn't because we were all in there and I didn't want to leave and I was in the middle of it. She went and did it at the early going and no one ever wanted to leave after that. So so you went to New Japan and you were ill was the nap, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
I hope you appreciated me putting that thing out on our little.
I mean, it was half accurate. Like I have not.
I honestly didn't know.
You didn't know what was wrong with me.
I just was being a dick.
But and that was it. I was feeling so crap that I really couldn't be asked to explain anything to you. I was just like, no DGMS, do messages and stuff. Like,
yeah.
I'm done. I'm going to sleep and I don't care anymore. But yes, I have not been that violently sick, like throwing up, in a very long time. I feel like I was throwing up my soul. That's how much I threw up.
That message really made me laugh last week, guys. I'm really pleased.
I can tell, being as he's dragged it out the entire fucking week.
As I was writing it, I thought this is kind of funny. Like, not in a like, do you know what I mean? I just thought I have to say, it's pretty puerile stuff from me. And I know this might come as a surprise to you, but that's not kind of normally the thing that I would say. But I was trying to think of an audience, what the audience would want, as opposed to what I would necessarily. And it was, it was so stupid. I was cackling to myself, waiting for Aletha to read it because she has all these. I don't have any notifications really on my phone, but it tells her everything that's happening in the world at any given moment. So, I'm glad you're back and you're better and everything.
Yeah, I'm good now.
I was encouraging people to wish you well. So
yes.
there was, and you got some sympathy from people.
Yes, I did get a little bit of sympathy.
Yeah, nothing from Harmston, obviously, but he's a terrific cunt.
Not even terrific, just
terrific at being a cunt.
Yes,
they're really good at it.
Yeah, but you know how he'll take being called.
Oh
terrific.
yeah, terrific. It'll sound like Harmstone is terrific, and
that's
what he'll hear.
So
yeah. Oh yeah, good point.
So let's clarify.
Okay, so restate it.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, Harmstone, you're a cunt. How about that?
Much
That's
better.
unambiguous, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you want to be called a cunt, ask, and I will do so.
Some people pay good money for that.
Yeah.
You can go. You have to go to a dominatrix or something to be called a cunt. But no, you can come here and say, "I want to be called a cunt."
I will call you a cunt.
More than once.
I said the word cunt in front of my colleague the other day, and she said, "Well, I don't know if I called him a cunt." And I was like, I said, "Oh, you don't like that." She was like, no. I said, "Oh God, I'm sorry. I'm so used to like not
normal people
not
who don't give a fuck
shit.
about words."
And she said, "No, but I'm glad you felt so comfortable that it just rolled out of you." I said, "That is it. I really like talking to you, and it's really great. But like, I didn't even think. But okay, I'll try not to." And she said, "Oh, I don't care." And I'm like, "Oh, I think maybe you do." Yeah. We're not on the stream now, Alex. I inadvertently was rude to my colleague, a different colleague, because at work they decided they want to give us free work merch.
Who from, Will?
Karen. We'll get to, Will, I'll do it now.
Just let us know which of us you want.
I desire to be pronounced a cunt. Yeah, who do you want?
Or both.
We can both call you. We'll call you a cunt together if you want. I call all my colleagues cunts, as Lady Sorrow.
It's a term of endearment.
It is a term of it. Do you know, I was talking to Captain Brilliant the other day, and I can't remember how I worded it, but to give you some backstory for this, when I first was calling him a cunt, when I first met him, he rankled a little bit at that. I remember one time calling him a cunt and him just being like, "Oh," like that. One of the first times like that, and I'm like, "No, we call everyone a cunt." You know, he still, even when Matt Moat was doing it and even when Duncan was doing it, he said to me the other day, it's like when I first came down here, I wasn't very used to that, and independently, I didn't pick him up on it the original time. Like, he just said years later, he's just like, "Yeah."
By the way,
I was never really.
I've been thinking about it.
It was unconnected. He basically just said, I was never really into like the whole thing. The whole people calling each other cunt was not something that I was really I really knew about. I said, that makes a lot of sense now in retrospect. So remember calling you a cunt. You didn't like it at all. Will, I'll go first. Will, you're a cunt.
Yes. Let it go forth from this time and place. Let the word be spread that Will, you, sir, are a cunt.
That's really good. That was good. I went straight, fast, dirty, in there.
I wanted to give the full experience.
But you got a real signed, sealed, delivered.
He deserves it.
Yeah, he does.
He deserves the best.
Of all the people that deserve to be called a cunt really, really well, Will is top of the list.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I don't know if this is funny. It's funny to me. But yeah, my department want to give us like polo shirts and hoodies and work.
Like branded stuff.
Branded workwear. And one of them is like a kind of, he said it was a blazer. It's not a blazer. It's like a work jacket, like a kind of synthetic-y polyestery jacket thing. And I, for the record, I don't know how you feel about this. I don't want any of that shit.
I thought you said, for the record, told them where they could shove their uniform.
Well, this is kind of, what happened was, I had just got back from Essence, so I had a load of emails, and I wasn't really looking at them properly. So get rid of them, right? One of the emails said, I have a message in Teams, and it said, from my colleague, it said something like, do you want this merchandise? And I thought, I better go onto Teams and say no thanks. So I went and said, no thanks, and that was it. And then this woman who I was talking about, doesn't really like me saying the word cunt, was just like laughing. She said, I can't believe what you said to Elise. And I was like, what? She said, that she asked you about that stuff and you just said no thanks. I said, what was I meant to say? If you don't want something, you say no thanks. Yeah. I can't say yes,
if you
please.
don't want an answer to the question, don't ask
it. And she was like, yeah, but it was so brutal. And I'm like, but she asked me, why did you respond in Teams? I said, she asked me in Teams. If you ask me in email, I respond in email. If you ask me face to face, I respond. She asked me in Teams, do you want it? And I said no. I don't understand what the fucking problem is. Neither do I want this shit. And they kept going on about how it'd be so lovely to have and it'd be so nice. I said, will it? She said, you could have a polo shirt. I said, I've never worn a polo shirt in my life. Either have t-shirts or shirts. I don't use the iPad hybrid
if you get
love child of a thing.
Get a polo shirt, XL, and I'll have it.
Okay.
Just make sure it's a nice colour.
I'm like the arsehole. I told my work colleagues I didn't want any of the shitty work merch. And Brogan, I went on about how much I fucking was like, this is who wears a fucking polo shirt? Honestly, I've never worn a polo shirt in my life. What are you talking about? I'm definitely not one with my work on it. Why? And they said, well, there are times when you then you don't have to think about what you're going to have to wear for work. And I said, I only wear the same blue shirt anyway for the 2 days. And they're like, oh, we never noticed. I said, no, exactly. Because no one gives a shit what people wear, so I'm going to wear this thing. Oh my God.
I like polo shirts, by the way.
I don't, but I mean, anyway, then I sat down. I thought, God, maybe she said, I think you should apologize to Elise. I said, what for? She asked me if I wanted it. I said, no, thanks. And she's like, no. And so I went back to the Teams and I had a look at it. And the message she actually said was, I don't know how to articulate this, but she said, Alex, can you fill out the sizing sheet for this?
It wasn't even the direct question
no,
in the end.
No. And she said, would you mind filling out the sizing sheet for this merchandise? And I just wrote, no thanks. No thanks.
Not really all that interested.
And when I read it like that, I just suddenly started laughing like this. And I said, oh, Lorna, I've read it properly now. And she went, right? And I was just like, and it just goes like, would you mind filling out this form? I'm like, no thanks. Fuck your form. And the woman has just hearted it. She just hearted my no thanks. And I walked past her and I was like, hi. And she was like, hi. And I was just like, something's off with Elise. And I just like, in my mind, I've responded properly. And I spoke to all these people all week. They've been coming up to me going, so you don't want the merch then? I'm like, no, weirdo. Why are you talking to me like that? And the context has not been.
Who the fuck are you? Do you work here?
What is going on? The intern came up to me and said, so you don't want your merch? If you get it, you can give it to me or sell it to me. I'll buy it off you. I'm like, you really want more merch?
Nerd!
You do know this merch is shit, right? I love the company I work for, but I don't want to wear their shit on me.
Nobody wants to wear their company shit. Nobody likes their company enough. Unless they created it, that they would wear their fucking work logo on their top. What the fuck?
This is the only way that story works, is realizing at the end that I'd kind of brutally misunderstood and responded poorly, as it were. But all this week, people come up to me and say, you don't want the thing then? And my boss, James, went, You're not interested in having the blazer? I'm like, why are we even talking about it? And I just leaned in so heavily to like how much I hated it. Oh my God. Brutally. It was brutally honest. And then I sent a message from Lorna and she was like, I'm still laughing about the fact that you said that. And I was like, maybe I should apologize to Elise. She said, I said that. I said, yeah, but when you said it before, it was without the context that I realized what I'd done. And then Aletha said the other day, like, are you going to apologize to your colleague? And I was like, nah, I think the moment's gone. You know, it's just gone. You know what I mean? What am I going to say?
It's not like I called her a cunt.
I didn't call her a cunt. I like her. But by the way, so many times the company has said, do you want to have merch? And it's just,
the answer is always no.
No. Why would we want it? And then my boss said, this is James, he said, like, do you want to... But say we go to Las Vegas for a demand planning conference, which, by the way, was one of these things we both wanted to do, and we were like, any excuse to go to Las Vegas. Say we go to Las Vegas, I said, yes, for the demand planning conference. And then he going, wouldn't you like to rock up in a sexy kind of, work jacket with...
Fuck no, I'm not wearing a jacket in Las Vegas.
I'm wearing that!
Regardless of what's on it, I'm not wearing a jacket. Have you been to Las Vegas? Do you know how fucking hot it is?
You think I'm going to boil in a fleece with our fucking company written on it and a hat? What kind of cunt am I?
I'm barely wearing anything at all in Las Vegas.
I'm not going to...
Tattoo the fucking company logo on my skin
Jesus.
if you're that desperate. How about instead you give me the monetary value? Yeah, all of this merch that they're buying, that's one person's like week in Las Vegas on the company.
Like,
save the money, you pricks.
The company wanted to save money anyway. I think at one point we tried to do this and we couldn't get it over the line because it was just too much money, and it really wasn't very much money. I'm like, shit me. I like a good company mug.
Mugs are fine.
I have a mug.
You use a mug.
In fact, I've got 2 mugs. They put my name on it, so it's got the company logo on one side, it's got Alex on the other side, and it's nice and it's really cool. And for some reason, they got me 2. The order went through twice, and I've got 2. And I leave them in the cupboard, and I go and get them. And then periodically, people go along and they don't have a mug, so I have to pick a random mug. And they've all got one. Actually, they stopped doing it after a while, but they've all got a mug that's theirs. They've brought one in, and the number of times I have to go searching for my fucking mug around the place. And someone's got a fucking cup of soup just stuck to the bottom of it or something like that. They've used my mug and they haven't had the good fucking decency to fucking go and clean it up. And I'm like, you're making me clean my own fucking mug up out of your shitty fucking mushroom soup, you cunt.
You went a bit Sopranos then. You're making me clean up my own mug.
A fucking bada bing bada boom. Hey, oh, what's this? What's this fucking mug? Fucking clean it. Whoa.
I'm boiling here.
You kiss your...
My cup's not ready.
You kiss your mugger with that mouth? Oh, my God.
I love my work merch, says Karis. I've got a special Pride one, too. Cool. Yeah. When was the last time you wore your work stuff not in work?
I mean...
And the answer to everybody is never.
I kind of want a fun mug. I would like a mug. A fug. The mugs I've got at work, other than the ones they gave me, is the stuff that people have given me that I don't really like all them. Oh no, I do like one of them, but like I was going to buy a really nice mug. Like, you know how like my my Heroes mug, my Nathan Petrelli for yeah. Like I like a mug like that kind of has a thing, and then people come over and go, "Is that from Heroes?" And you go, "Yes, it is." Like I wanted what I wanted, and I don't know if you know what game this is from, but I wanted an Aperture Science mug, and Aperture Science logo is a really neat logo, and I just really want an Aperture Science mug. And then people are like, what's Aperture Science? And I'm like, shut the fuck up. But I'm just saying, if that resonates with anyone. If it doesn't, then but I suspect it will. But yeah, there you go. So
no one asked you, Harmstone.
So like, I think that would be cool. Anyway, I don't know what the fuck we were talking about, but yes, I've kind of. So everything's hap. Obviously, I'm trying to think of some funny shit that went down in Essen. Gradually I'll remember it all and talk about.
You just gush about it.
I did. Some guy was Will. I don't think I've told you this, but Will's friend made a game, and I was bad at the game. And it was a game called Shape Invaders. If you want to buy it, it's good. I don't like it, but I'm sure you might like it. So let me just, because I want to, the guy's a nice guy.
Got to save some of this energy for when we try that sponsored energy drink.
Oh, yeah. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, well, we were going to do it tonight, but I've got to get up early tomorrow, and I can't.
Oh, have we got it then?
Yeah, I've got them. I just couldn't do it today because if it destroys my system, it will destroy my daughter's birthday tomorrow. So
let me just finish this thought, and I want to talk about that.
We could do it next week though.
Okay, but yeah, this guy made this game called Shape Invaders. It's like Space Invaders, and he's got it. I don't know what your version will be like if you bought it, but he's got it on a beautiful black table with UV lamps on either side, so it picks out the neonness of the shapes. The shapes are shaped like the Space Invaders, and the little plastic, like 3D printed or cut shapes, and they pop the neon greens and orange under the UV lamps they've got in all corners. I'll show you a picture of it. And they go on this table, and you flick the Space Invaders at your opponent and knock them off the side of the board into the netting, a bit like pool. You just knock them off the outside and they're out. And you have various, like Space Invaders, you have the bases that take all the pain, all the shots.
Sounds like this guy's getting mega sued soon.
And you can't flick the bases; they have to stay where they are. But you can flick your little ships around, and you have to kind of like. So it's a flicking game, like so many flicking games. I played against Martin, and he went wallop, and it went clink, 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 that's like Paul, and you have to get the mothership, knock my mothership off the back of it, and in like one fucking shot, and I was like,
you saved my mothership.
Yeah, right. And so I put it back out again, and he did it again, and I lined up this perfect shot, and it missed, and I was like, fuck me, that was, and I lined up a shot that was this far away, and it missed, and I was just so fucking bad at that game.
I understand why you don't like this game now.
Fucking right.
Because you are fucking terrible.
I was awful at this game, and it was so bad. And I was bad at it, and I just thought, another flicking game? Really? This is what we're doing now? And I played some flicking games, but this was just whatever it was terrible.
The only flicking game I'm interested in is that one.
Yeah. And historically I've been alright at flicking games, so I can only assume it's the game. But anyway,
stands to reason.
Before I played the game, the guy's a nice guy. And he goes to he goes to live action roleplay, he goes to Empire, so some of us might know him, but I can't remember his name, so it really doesn't matter. And he said, if you scan the QR code, and I've had enough of people ask me to scan the QR code. There's a little bit of context. I played Monarchs of Camelot, and as we sat down, this woman said, scan the QR code, because then you can get signed up to our mailing list and kickstart the game. And I went, okay, I understand. And we sat down and started looking at the bits and pieces of the Monarchs of Camelot game, and she went, and like literally 20 seconds later, 30 seconds later, she said, have you scanned the code? I think I said this on the stream. But I said, have you scanned the code? And I was like, no. She said, but if you scan the code, you can get to our mailing list. And I said, I don't want to be on your mailing list. Then you'll send me stuff to my email, and I don't want random shit in my inbox. And I don't know if I want to kickstart it because you haven't taught us the game yet. And she was like, oh, okay. So then we taught the game, and I don't want to kickstart it. So now here's another guy who's like, can you?
I mean, even that was more polite than no thanks.
Right? He can. So then this guy's like, if you scan this code, it'll take you to the Kickstart, so you can kickstart it. And if you scan the code, you can get a little pin badge. And I thought to myself, I probably won't. I took the flyer and went, okay, cool. Thinking, I don't want to just like get into it, but I'm probably not going to do this.
Yeah.
I don't need to be
taking the flyer is a
right. So I took the flyer.
I'll look at it there.
I took the flyer, and she's like a pop-up ad on legs. She's like, hello. She's like, just her face was just a QR code, just staring at me. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, no, this guy was just like, so then like 20 seconds later, this guy came over and said, oh, did you scan the QR code? I went, oh, no. He went, oh, right. Well, if you scan the QR code, you can get a pin badge. I said, yeah, no. I'm not going to scan the QR code. He said, oh, you're not going to kickstart the game? I said, no, I wasn't going to. That's very presumptuous. I'm just going to kickstart anything that comes my way, you know. Are you going to kickstart the game? I said, no, I wasn't going to. He said, oh, why is that? And I said, because I didn't like it.
Because it's shit.
He was like, Will was like brutal. He went, oh, right.
I mean, what is the answer to that question otherwise?
If you push someone to that, that's what you're getting, right? It's just
like you're trying to guilt someone into a sale. You can get the brutal fucking answer.
Yeah, like, and this is how I feel about board games in general. It's like people are there to throw their stuff, and I said to him, feeling kind of bad, in an un-Alex-like way. I said, but the game is decent.
He lied.
and it is enjoyable to play.
He lied further.
But in a moment of truth, I said, but not for me. I know it was a lie, not for anyone. I'm sure it is kind of fun. When you get that home and you get it on your own table, which isn't black, with no UV lights and no little things to catch the stuff and they just fall on the floor, the experience suddenly becomes about 5% of what the experience was in the...
Yeah. If it... With the UV, you're not taking that home, are you?
And if you want to get the mega version, you have to kickstart. Yeah, he was like, "You're going to kickstart it?" I said, "No." He said, "Did you scan the code?" I said, "No." He said, "If you don't scan the code, you can't get the thing." I said, "No, that's okay." It's like, "Why do you not? What do you not want to kickstart?" "No, because I don't like it." And then he said, "Okay." I said, "It's not really for me, I have to say, but the best of luck." And he said, "Well, listen, do you want a pin badge anyway?"
Huh. Well done, mate.
And I said, because the thing is,
at which point you said, "No thanks."
I did say no. The thing is, I know that Will knows him, so it's not like I'm a complete. I'm a friend of a friend, so but you know, so like, he said, "Do you want?" I said, "No," because here's the thing: is you've got a load of those, and I'm not going to use it, so I'm just taking.
They're for people that are actually going to support you.
Yeah, don't give it to me. I'm trying not to be a cunt. I'm trying to be a good guy here. At which point, Alex asked if it would work for Andy. I would have worn that. I would have worn a pin badge. Yeah, I'll wear a pin badge on my normal clothes if that's what they want me to do.
Giant spurting tube of toothpaste.
Functionally, not shit. I don't know if it was even functional.
Certainly is a game.
I'll send some pictures of it onto Discord. You can see me playing it being bad. I was bad.
We do like watching him be bad.
Oh.
So that's
my god. But yes, loads of people who I don't know what it is about it. Kickstarting board games is the way to. I mean, it's been around for a while. Now it seems like most of Essen is all about games being brought to the. They haven't got it. They brought it, but you're going to kickstart it. So they're using it as like an opportunity to demonstrate, which is fine. But there's so many places which just don't have a game, and they're just like, play our version of it, get it in 3 months' time.
Yeah, no, if I can't get it now, fuck off.
Yeah, and actually that's how I felt, and that's how Captain Brilliant felt, because he played a game which was the size of a pizza box. In fact, it was in a pizza, and it said it had a pizza look to it. The idea was like a play it with pizza, play it with beer and pretzels. In fact, their advert was like beer and pretzels, and they're playing, and it's a lot of shapes of wood and balancing different things on top of it. So you had a circle with a hole in it, a kind of trapezium, a slanty bit, and it's a bit like Jenga. You have to balance things, rather than Jenga where you're taking things out, you have to balance from a base. So you can put them in any way you want, but you've got to give the next person, I think, some rules about what they can place. But they're all just placing crazy shapes on top of each other, and the loser is the one that makes it fall. And actually the shapes are really cool, and it was quite a lot of fun to watch Captain Brilliant and Martin play that, but not enough for me to want to play it myself, because I'm like balancing things, fucking hell. But it was enjoyable, and fair play to them, really. But when it was €40, and I thought for what you were getting and the craftsmanship and what you're doing, I was fine with the price. And I'm like, oh, great. You selling it here? He was like, no, you have to kickstart it. I'm like, right. Well, I can't be able to do that. Somebody told me, in fact, someone told me about Matt Pennington, who runs Empire LARP, said, you've got to make it easy to get the thing. If you put too many steps in the way, people don't want the thing, you know? And if you're like, can I buy that right now with my hard-earned money like this? And if someone says yes, then that money, only the money.
Like, you've got a fucking captive audience right there.
Yeah, who want to buy shit.
That's the point of going to this whole deal, is that you go there to play a game, enjoy the game, buy a game.
Yeah.
And if you can't get it there and then what the fuck is the point?
I'll stay at home.
Yeah, I can not buy a game at home.
Yeah, from the comfort of my own fucking living room.
Put my name on a list for a game in 3 months' time at home.
Yeah. Also, I think there's this feeling about Kickstarter is that it always takes longer to get to you. It's like, it's shipping November 2024, and you're like...
Yeah, never.
So when the guy said, don't worry, we'll get them shipped out for you, November the 3rd, I'll believe it when I fucking see it, mate. But anyway, people have been talking about random shit, but that was what's happening. That's what's happening, So,
that is what's happening. Oh, well, I suppose another hat.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if I even told you about this, but my month-long saga quest to get fucking Seafarers expansion for Catan on my PC has finally ended. I now finally have Seafarers. After about a month ago, I was playing it with my Sun token. You get 1 token every day.
Okay.
So you can try out one of the other expansions. And I was like, all right, I think I've enjoyed this sufficient that it's worth spending the £5 on to buy the expansion.
Wow, last of the big spenders.
And so to Steam I went to buy the 500 Catan gold necessary to buy the Seafarers expansion in the game. And so Steam took my money and gave me $4.99 in my Steam wallet. Then I had to take my Steam wallet back to Catan, press the button to buy the gold. It spun. It crashed. Money gone from Steam wallet. No gold in my Catan
Fucking
account.
hell.
And I'm like, oh, motherfucker. It's like, oh, it's fine. We're in 2023. Surely I will just go to Steam and say, this didn't work. Sort it the fuck out. I went to Steam and it said,
Problem is with the other...
we don't have any customer service. You can't actually talk to us.
Fuck.
But for this problem, here is the email for Catan's customer service. I'm like, okay, this is going to take some time, but I will
persevere.
I will persevere, I guess. So I sent them an email immediately.
This happened.
Nothing.
Fuck you.
Absolutely nothing back for a week. At which point, I just went back to Steam and tried to get someone there. Nope, can't talk to people at Steam. So I went to my credit card company and like claimed the money back. I'm like, I bought a product. I haven't got the product.
Give me my money.
Give me my money. And yeah, so that went into the process. And then eventually, 10 days after the fact,
10 days later,
Catan emailed me and were like, okay, yeah, I suppose we can give you your gold. Could you provide the email address you use for the account and a screenshot of the Steam transaction? I'm like, just give me my gold, you cunts.
Just get on with it, mate.
Like, it's been 10 days. You should be like, yeah, here's your 500 gold, and here's 500 more. Go and buy a different expansion as well. No. So I send them that email, and then I wait another 7 days again.
Jesus.
At which point they finally like, yep, that's done. Your gold is in your account. I'm like, Jesus, that took like nearly 3 weeks. just to literally do a click thing.
Are you sure you hadn't rolled a 7 and they stole your money? The robber came along.
Wow.
That's a real experience.
Joke's on them because the
credit card
company came through and gave me my $5 back. So I got Seafarers for free. Yeah.
Freefarers. Oh, amazing. Yeah. And now you can seafare around the world to new places.
Thoroughly enjoy it. And I've also that I bought without incident a few months ago. Got the Cities and Nights expansion.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You can stack them together, so I can do Seafarer Cities and Nights, and that's pretty decent. And I'm very good at it.
One of the games that I saw when I was at the Catan stand was for some reason a Catan football. I'll send you a picture of it. Like so many things I found.
Catan football.
I don't even know I didn't stay very long because we were going on somewhere else. But I walked past it and it was like this little Catan guy in a goal and some footballs. And I'm like, the fuck is going on? Have they run out of? I know the guy's dead and they don't have any new ideas.
I was going to say they haven't had a new good idea for quite some time.
I think the
they're
football one might have killed
glory.
Klaus Tuber off, to be honest with you. But yeah.
Did they have to mine the gold? Or is it, I expect that is probably the problem. Like, oh, fuck. Someone tried to buy some Catan gold. Better get digging.
Ching.
Like, we've only got 300.
They needed to go to the...
Crash his computer. It'll take him 2 weeks to get an answer from us.
They had to go to the gold location and wait for the number to roll, basically. That's the only way to get the gold. And then they only would have had, like, maybe 1 or 2 at most. There's always money in the Katana stand. You better believe there is. So many of these things, and I feel like once someone has a good idea, is it not their right to mine the shit out of that? So Carcassonne releases a game called Carcassonne, and everyone else is going like, oh, let's we love this. And then year after year they go Carcassonne the River, Carcassonne Robbers, Carcassonne Inns and Cathedrals. Then eventually they're Carcassonne Star Wars. At what point has a game jumped the shark?
But yes, to answer your question directly, they are allowed to milk the fuck out of it, but actually keep it as enjoyable as the original thing. Don't fuck around with your concept that was a winning concept, sufficient that it completely destroys the enjoyment of the game. I'm looking at you, Ticket to Ride.
So speaking of Ticket to Ride, there was a Ticket to Ride legacy game called Ticket to Ride Adventures on the Rails, I think it is. And as I might have said on the stream when I was there, I got in there really early. I didn't mean to. I was just really close to it, and a table opened up, and me and this guy I met called Theo played it. And it was hard to say how good it was because it's basically like playing Ticket to Ride. And the tickets were really gorgeous and everything looked really sexy and it looked like it had a real art upgrade. But the thing I couldn't tell you about, which is the thing that I want to know about and can't know about, is the legacy aspect. But it's made by Rob Daviau, who made all of them, made Risk and Pandemic and Betrayal and Seafall and everything like that. So as a result, it's hard to really judge how it is. So I went over and said, how much does this cost? And they said it's 115 euros to get the legacy Ticket to Ride. And I thought, well,
so what's that, about 90 quid?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it might be actually more like closer to what it is. I think it might end up being like 108 or something like that. You know, suffice to say, I thought you'll love this. You're the audience that myself and Aletha will play. It'll be me, you, Keris, and Aletha will play it. So I'm like, I can stand there, and I said, but look, the queue, which looked like it had like 60 people in this queue, is going to exhaust our stocks of English copies. Come back tomorrow. So I came back tomorrow, and the queue was 3 times the length. And I'm like, I'm not standing for this. Literally, I won't stand for this. Literally in a queue. And
give me a fucking chair.
The following day,
the chair's all right. Go fuck yourselves.
The following day, the queue went round in a big U shape. It went down to the thing, along the aisle, along the next aisle, and back on itself.
So what you're saying is it was quite popular.
It was super popular, and I had neither the time nor the inclination to stand there and buy it. I thought it's going to turn up at some point. And when I got home, I found it online at Zatu Games for £75.
There you go.
And I bought it, and it's arriving on November the 3rd. So get your fucking table cleared, because we're playing Ticket to Ride Legacy.
Shouldn't be able to buy it cheaper online, not related them from the source at a board game convention.
Days of Wonder themselves.
Jesus fuck me.
During COVID, I taught my mum Carcassonne. We played online fairly regularly. She's actually really good now. Carcassonne's a great game. It's a lot of fun.
I've not played Carcassonne.
It's neat.
Oh, wait. Maybe I have played it. I still don't know what this random game is that I played years ago when I was like first interested in teaching, and I went and did like work experience in various different schools.
Okay.
Like just to get up like experience, it was in the name. And I played a random board game in their board game club, and I still don't know to this day what the fuck it was. It could be Carcassonne though.
What kind of happened in the game? Can you remember enough to describe it for us to work out what game it was you played?
The reason I think it might be Carcassonne is because it was kind of similar to Catan, and I've been told that it is somewhat similar to Catan. I definitely remember hexagons. Okay. But it wasn't Catan.
It wasn't. So Carcassonne is little squares about that big, lots and lots of little squares, and you add squares to the next square, and you gradually build up this map of squares. And it's a lovely green rolling area of lots of castles, because Carcassonne's a castle, a walled city.
Maybe.
So we can play it though. I don't know if I've got it anymore. I sold almost everything I've got, but like, it is a good game. It's not like it is a nice game. I think anyone's standards is going to blow anyone's mind, but you take your time to add to it, and then you have little meeple dudes that you put on the board, and they'll score you points in a variety of ways. And they are finite, so you have to think about where you're going to put them down and stuff like that. It's neat. Hexagons was at Blockbusters. Aletha loves a hexagon.
Yeah, Keris likes a hexagon. I love Blockbusters. Fucking love Blockbusters. What a game show Blockbusters was.
It was incredible.
I loved it so much. Shall we move on?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Do you want to go Tifu?
Let's go to Tifu. Yeah. Take us away.
This is the segment called Tifu. Was that enough?
Slick. Total slick.
It was at this moment that Nathan knew. He fucked up.
Yeah, phoning it in. Also forgetting what I'm doing. Do you know, I really want to mind some alcohol right about now. I look over there like Margaret's going to fucking perform, but she's not in. Margaret!
Have you got alcohol?
Yeah.
Do I?
I've got it.
Oh boy, do I.
I've got alcohol. Actually, I bought a little gin and tonic while it was summer, and it's been in the fridge for quite some time. I feel it needs to be drunk. I don't know.
Go on then. Go get it.
Oh, I'm thinking about it. I'm just like, I'm not sure whether I need to.
Don't think, just do. Less thinking, more doing.
Okay. I'll do it in a minute.
No, now. It's like peer pressure. Except he's older than me. Is it still peer pressure if they're older than you? These are the questions. It's got the gin and tonic.
Oh, before we go any further.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's not much to say other than what we'll say when we're actually doing it. But to answer Harmstone's question of have you sold out, we have pre-sold out, I suppose, is the answer to that question. There is a sponsorship opportunity.
Yes.
But we do not want to endorse anything that we will not actually believe in or like. And so we are going to try the thing on stream.
Yes. It's an opportunity we've been given by someone.
Yes. With the company knowing that they're facing an uphill battle for us actually liking it.
Yeah, they basically said this stuff, and we're like, no.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, go on. It's
not
like other ones. I'm like, right, okay. Yeah, so we're going to try something live on air, but it may interfere with my allergies, and so I'm not doing it today. Because I need to do stuff tomorrow. But next week, I'll clear my Wednesday, and I will try the thing, and if it gives me the shits, then never mind. So yes.
Oh my god.
That will be a rousing endorsement for them if it gives me the shits, won't it?
Is it Pepsi?
I wish, mate.
It is not Pepsi. No. Pepsi don't need us to test it. But I wish it was Pepsi, but it's not. But you'll find out.
Yes.
I'm not cleaning up after you, says Keris.
Well, it's not so violent that I don't get it in the toilet.
Mystery Cola!
So you will clean the toilet, Keris. It's your job. Right, Today I Fucked Up is the segment in which we read out people's stories where they regale the times that they have royally fucked up. I'm going to go first.
Okay.
On the surface, this one sounds totally fake in the most made-up, fakiest kind of way. But bear with it, is what I will say.
I'm ready.
Chicago,
prepared.
Bear with it.
Bear down, guys.
Today I fucked up by buying a laptop that only works with women. Or a man if they've had a shower or bath before using it.
That's a fucking long title.
Today I fucked up by buying a laptop that only works with women. Or men if they shower or bath before using it. They've also written it in the form of a letter. Dear everyone. Hello.
Hello.
This post could also be educational for people who work with laptop hardware or service them. Firstly, I need to apologise for my English, as this is not my first language, so some phrases can be wrong, just as grammar here and there.
Not good enough.
Case in point, this sentence.
So, today I faked up.
So the story started like 4 weeks ago when we decided to buy a new laptop for my wife. I found one on a very popular marketplace. Just say eBay, cunt.
No, a very popular marketplace.
You're not the BBC. You can just say where the fuck you bought it.
You can just say stuff. Nobody gives a fuck. Just say it was Amazon or Folkestone Market. Sunday Market. Very popular marketplace. Dixon's.
Camden. I found one on a very popular marketplace. A Dell 7430 i7 16GB model that should be over £600 / $700.
Sure, okay.
This one was only £150 pristine condition, and warranty just expired a week ago.
No shit.
But it was advertised as a bit of a hectic machine.
Hectic machine.
I've never heard any piece of technology described as hectic, and I would probably stay well away if I did.
Hectic?
Yeah.
It's a great word, but I don't think tech can't be heck.
What does that even mean? Bought it, as I thought, whatever the problem is, I'll fix it.
Bro, this is how that kid was sold the Gremlin. Do you know,
stuffed toy, bit hectic.
I don't even know how he got the Gremlin. Was he went to a shop? He went to a little shop. I don't really like Gremlins. So how did he get the Gremlins?
I mean, they probably didn't present as Gremlins until they were Gremlins.
He gets the Mogwai first of all. He gets the little fluffy one.
It's only when you get them wet that they become.
Yeah, I feed them after midnight.
Yeah,
and
so there you go.
All that jazz.
So you just bought a cuddly toy. That's how you got a Gremlin.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is not about cuddly toys. This is about hectic machines.
Hectic.
Bought it, as I thought, whatever the problem is, I will fix it.
Will you now?
I've worked with hardware for a long time and always found challenging to find problems. Yep, we're back to
much like that
not
sentence.
being the first language.
I find it challenging.
Always found it challenging to find problems. There you go. so I thought that it would be easy. I went and asked if there was anything wrong with it. She said her husband can't use it, and it always turns itself off when he's using it. She's never had a problem, and Dell said there was nothing wrong with it. Just doesn't like the husband, that's all.
Name a famous feminist that's dead, so it can be possessed by the ghost of that person. I can't, though.
Jermaine Greer?
Oh, is she dead? Maybe.
Isn't she?
I don't know.
She's got to be heckin' old.
I think she's old.
Wow.
Wait till she's dead, and then we can make that. Anyway, hey, Rooster, how's it going?
Madonna, she dead?
Madonna is still alive.
Oh. Apparently I'm really good at naming alive feminists that I thought were dead.
Yes.
Okay. Hello, Rooster. I thought that I'd never heard a more stupid explanation for a laptop sale, but whatever.
Agreed.
I bought it. Took it home, switch it on, started installing a fresh copy of Windows 11, then a minute later, the machine went into sleep mode.
Yes, that was Windows.
I was like, okay, this could happen, so don't worry about it. Carry on installing. 5 minutes later, sleep mode. Started to worry and at the same time started to think what it could be. With all the updates, it took me 4 hours to finish installing Windows 11 as the laptop went to sleep about 20 times. Then, my wild ride started.
I'll be the judge of that, mate.
I went to have a shower and came back downstairs to polish the system up for my wife. And is that a euphemism for watch porn?
Polish the system up.
Like, you've only just got Windows on it, mate. Give it
Emily Pankhurst. There you go. That's a good...
Yeah.
So possessed by the ghost of Emily Pankhurst. There you go. Jermaine Greer is 85.
I'll edit that in when we put it on TikTok.
There you go. That's how you do the joke.
Came back downstairs to polish up the system for my wife, and the machine worked as it should. Finished it all, handed it to my wife, and then and all went well until Friday evening. He's actually put the date. 21st of July, 2023.
Oh.
It's attention to detail.
Yeah.
I sat back to do some work on a charity website. Laptop went to sleep straight away. I was like, whack a frap!
Does it say that?
It does in capital letters.
Whack a frap! I want to use that phrase all the time, Jeremy.
Oh, whack a frap!
It's it's as good as like when Keris says Jeeves or whatever. What did she say?
It is Jeeves, yeah.
Oh, Jeeves! Like she's in the Scooby Gang. Whack a frack! Keris Jeeves!
Whack a frap.
I'm so
like
sorry.
Frappuccino.
Oh.
Try again.
Whack a frap! Whack a frap!
That's
I think it's a bit more like what the hell? Jeeves! Jeeves is so good.
Jinkies.
Jeeves! Oh my god, Jeeves is so funny. Jeeves is... She sounds like such a nerd. Like, saying Jeeves, it's like when you want to swear but you can't swear and your mum's told you not to swear, so you've been taught a new word.
It's like when you're calling the help but you've just had a root canal.
Jeeves!
Jeeves!
Jeeves,
I'm in the bank!
You sound like what Frankenstein sounds like in Young Frankenstein.
Jeeves! Put it on the Ritz!
Jimu Mamimu. Whack a frap?
Whack a frap. Wanted to finish the job, but it kept on going to sleep every 2 minutes.
Women, eh?
We found the problem. It is a female laptop. It's me on! Asked my wife if it happened to her too. She said it didn't. So got her to sit down and work on it. Nothing happened. The laptop worked properly without any issue.
This is so funny.
Then I went there 30 seconds later and the laptop went to sleep. Imagine my face.
I can imagine it.
I thought this laptop is sexist as fuck. I got very confused. I went upstairs, took a shower, came back down. It worked. I'm not religious, not a believer. I don't believe in ghosts or flat earth. I love maths, physics. So as you can imagine, I was confused.
Yes, I can imagine that.
Anyway, I finished the job without any glitch. Next morning I went downstairs to see the lovely laptop has a soul. That doesn't sentencing. Guess what? Started to go to sleep as soon as I approached it.
Saw you coming, mate.
It felt like whenever I hovered my hands near the shift key, it went to sleep. I've updated drivers, deleted keyboard generic driver, installed specific one, changed power settings. Nothing worked. Did the same thing. You know what? I got confused that evening. I went to take a shower just to please my wife's laptop. Fair enough. Came back. It worked. Again, this cannot be a coincidence. More confusion, a lot more. Then I woke up this morning, ignored the bird chirping that came from outside. I've not even fed my spider. His name's Mr. Bean, by the way. So he was looking at me very grumpy all day. All I did was storm downstairs, switch the miserable little bastard on, and then, oh boy, it went to sleep within a minute. I was looking at the black screen, and I've seen my face in it as all my confidence and years of experience slowly leave me, leaving my brain through my cloudy eyes along with my soul. This cannot be. This is impossible. So what can a man do? I went to have a morning bath.
Of course.
Don't laugh. Especially because when I came back, it worked again.
Can I just say, this is a long way of saying what his test did is like when it's woman equals works, man equals doesn't work, clean equals works, dirty equals doesn't work.
Mm.
And lots of versions of that.
Yes. Yeah.
The wizard at the market cursed it. The laptop is also cursed.
I stopped working on the problem and gave up. I also started to browse eBay. Oh, I said eBay this time.
Ha!
For a Bible and joined the Flat Earthers on Facebook. I am joking, but I probably have never been closer to these things than ever before. I did not touch the devil again today, and I went to bed at 9 p.m.
I didn't touch the devil again.
Then, suddenly, I woke up 2 hours later. That's 11 p.m. for those who can math. Just before I wrote this post, and a little light bulb lit up in my head. When having a shower, I always take my bracelets off. And my bracelet has this tiny magnetic thing on it. But I put it back on every morning. I swirled down without my bracelets, and then the laptop worked as it should.
That's neat.
I ran back up, put the bracelets on, and had a go again, and the laptop started to go to sleep again. There you go. I almost started to worship a laptop. Then there it is. Physics. The inglorious thing thinks I am closing the lid when the magnet gets close to the sensor. Hope you enjoyed this story as much as I enjoy squeezing my brain for the last 3 days.
That's really good.
TLDR.
That's really good.
I bought a laptop for my wife. Turns out it only works if I had a shower before I use it.
Very good.
It was my magnetic bracelet all along.
I think this was a kind of a Jonathan Creek kind of, or a Sherlock kind of. There's going to be something that's the reason we aren't getting. That's such a good story. You really enjoyed that.
Murder in the Dell.
I think I had a similar thing that happened in my laptop at work. Whenever I did a certain thing or moved it in a certain way, the screen would go. I can't remember what it was now, but yeah, that really rings a bell of kind of like, that is such a good one. I was wondering about this. What's going on with this thing?
Yeah. Not the kind of Tifu that we're used to. You know,
no.
Normally someone's feeding something spicy to their grandmother's sphincter, or eating shit or making shit up.
Well, no,
I do not think this was made up. Although,
no, I think that's all true. It makes sense. It's good.
You are led to believe that it's made up and it's just an embellished story at the beginning.
What was I going to say? No, yeah, there's definitely something. I can't remember. I think I was always leaning on some part of my laptop at work. I can't remember what it was, but whatever it was also the bit that made it think that the laptop was closing or something like that, and it would just go blink. And I'm like, what button is? What am I pressing? What's going on like this? So yeah,
don't wear jewelry, kids. That's
it.
That's the lesson to learn.
I think it was a magnetic thing for me as well. I can't say I think my phone. I think what I do is I put my phone on things, and the phone had some sort of magnetic aspect to it or something, or. I can't remember. Right. That was excellent. That was good. Right, I'll read mine. Which, by the way, I've read the title for, and I'm like, fucking hell. Normal service is being resumed. Today I fucked up by asking my partner to stop eating his own cum after sex. Oh, I'm so glad my parents don't watch this fucking shit. Oh, God, I can't imagine. Oh, my God. Fucking hell.
Run that by me again.
Today I fucked up by asking my partner to stop eating his own cum after sex. Better that than someone else's cum.
I mean, it sounds pretty reasonable, a request, really.
Eyes down looking.
Eyes down looking for a full cum.
Wholesome laptop content. And now this. I know. And it's come to this. It's come to this.
His own mouth.
It's coming in my own mouth. I, F23, have been in a relationship with this guy, M33, for like a year. When we started dating, after a month of getting to know each other, we went to his place and did the deed. Enjoyable experience overall. 4 out of 5 TripAdvisor. But, capital but, after he was done, oh my God. Jesus Christ. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I just read,
Share with the room, Alex.
But, why did I have to read this? Why do I get the horrible one? We'll come again. After he was done, he removed the condom and with very expert gestures, whatever the fuck they are, proceeded to drink his junk right out of it. It's not a fucking Capri Sun.
Capri Sun.
Yeah, he removed the condom with very expert gestures, proceeded to drink his junk right out of it. I was shocked and confused, like Alex was when he reads this in a few months' time. In my head, I was like, yo, man, WTF?
Yo, man.
Like, eh? He was my first partner, and I wondered if that was kind of normal.
Let me assure you, it is not.
Common? IDK?
You do not know.
Since I used to be a people pleaser, I managed to hide my shock and disgust and simply asked him, why did you do that?
It's a very good question. I'd love to know the answer myself.
He answered me as if it was the most obvious thing in the world. I'm just reading Dom's thing. It's a lot of kilojoules of energy. I can't waste them. If he says I'm a bodybuilder or any protein bullshit, nah, mate, some YouTube guys lied to you. Yeah, he answered me, it's a lot of kilojoules of energy. You can't waste it. I can't waste it. You can't waste it? You've got to replenish those fucking electrolytes, right? You've got to get that energy right back into you. After you put so much effort into pounding the shit out of her, you need to fucking just go fucking, just, you know, get something to eat.
Have a banana.
Have a banana. Yeah, good idea.
Get some potassium.
Yeah, have some Gatorade. What the fuck? Does he eat his boogies too? Boogie nights. I was even more confused than Alex is, she says. I was literally speechless, unlike me, and what was being a very nice and romantic night managed to become a weird and kind of awkward situation. To make things worse, he even stated, in a very dramatic tone, I will never allow anyone to eat my semen. Doesn't get much more dramatic than that.
That was very dramatic.
He said that, like, his junk was something precious. Like, if someone would ever get access to that, it was like being able to steal his soul. I don't know. It made no sense. And also, dude, nobody here is trying to steal your precious cum. Ugh. I find it amusing that, like, there's so many guys in the world who are desperate to get it inside of the girl they're with.
Yeah.
And this guy is like, get away from my cum, my precious. Precious seed. Oh my God. By the way, he wasn't drinking his cum in a kinky or erotic way. By the way, I don't know what the fuck that would look like. Did he do the thing you do with, like, when you have a sauce packet or a mayonnaise packet and you try and get it all out, because if you squeeze it, there's still stuff, so you kind of get your fingers and roll it, or use your fingers tight,
like a toothpaste.
Yeah. Is that what he's like? Rolling it all up, and it's tapping the back of it, just gotta get the extra bit of it, lest I miss a single drop of jizz. Why are you his partner after that performance? I know, well, quite. He wasn't drinking his cum in a kinky or erotic way, or I don't know. He did it like it was an extremely serious and important deal.
The duty must be done.
Like a ritual, I suppose. Why drinking your own cum must be so dramatic? This is really funny. It's my favourite ones, actually. Because of the way he acts. He doesn't just go like a fucking Yakult. Do you know what I mean? That's what he's thinking. That's what it's like. Do you want some good bacteria? Do you want some good jizz? Hey, back off. That's mine. You know, in an advert where hey, get off. Give me some. That was a very practical impression, Jez. Want to share with us? Listen, we've all done it.
I've had many a froob in my life, mate. It's just a froob, basically.
Just a froob. It's just a froob. Was it like the end of an ice pop? It's like the end of all these things where you're trying to get the last bits of the thing, and you don't want to waste it, even though it's what Ian Rush drinks. And he says, if I don't drink enough of it, I'll only be good enough to play for Accrington Stanley. If this makes no sense to you, then you haven't seen that. But anyway, that's what it's like to me. Right. Why drinking your own cum must be so dramatic? We kept dating for several months, and every time we had sex...
There's the fuck up. You kept going back to this guy.
Every time we had sex, every single time he did the same thing. Oh my God. I started to become very concerned, since usually inside the condoms there's usually some lube, I guess. He even complained about the bad taste of the lube or the latex the condom was made of.
Well, yeah, there's spermicide in condoms, isn't there? So how pure is the sample after it spent time in the condom?
He even complained about the bad taste of the lube or the latex the condom was made of. The taste of his own cum somehow didn't bother him at all. Good for him. And even if usually lube is not that toxic, I think that consuming a small amount but very often may not be the healthiest habit. Also, his breath right after the ritual, she says ritual, almost made me throw up at times, since he even refused to brush his teeth afterwards. I didn't chew, I swallowed it in one gulp, so I don't need to brush my teeth. Ew. I tried to discreetly make him understand this habit was grossing me out by saying out loud, ew, or covering my eyes, but he didn't got the clues. A year passed by.
Jesus, woman, why are you still there?
Durex standard never hits right. A year passed by. I had enough. I tried to confront him, but nope, he was unmovable.
It took a year?
This is the fucking best. Before I came in here, you said you had two really great teepoos, and boy, do you. Honestly, there's all these guys in the world who are living this life in a really strange way, and I'm like, I guess in a way, part of me says, do what you want to do, but part of me also wants to say, stop fucking... Why are there all these weird men in the world?
Don't drink your own cum, you fucking weirdo.
I mean, I don't want to shame anyone for the things they want to do with that. I don't want to do it, but some other people might want to do it. But I think what it is that's getting her and getting me is the drama with which he wants to do it, and also the seriousness with which he must,
the belief he
must
has
hold it
in his own sin.
It has this his magic jizz can't go anywhere else. Here's the thing. I tried to confront him, but nope, he was unmovable. Neither the fact that his passion for his own cum was making me a little uncomfortable, nor the fact that eating lube could be harmful, made him stop. So basically, the fact that she hates it is not enough.
No.
He then proceeded to get mad. He stated that he wasn't doing anything wrong. He just didn't want to waste precious substances from his body. Oh my God. Precious substances.
Yeah, he's definitely...
Precious fluids.
He's definitely reintroducing the bogies back into his system.
And I was making a scene for nothing. I told him about his breath, and he straight up accused me of having a bad smell.
Right, yes, that'll do it.
I told him that by deflecting my accusation, he was just making things worse. Then he interrupted me and told me I was insufferable. Then he just left. Is there more to this? Oh yeah, there is. He was extremely angry. I'd never seen that side of him. I'm sure he will tell me to pack my things and to leave. So right now, I'm mad, confused, and I still haven't had any jizz in my mouth for a year. and scared about his behaviour. TLDR, after the first time me and my partner had sex, he drank his own cum directly from the condom. I was disgusted, and after a year, I asked him to stop. He got mad, and I think he's about to leave me.
I hope for your benefit that he does.
He drink his pee, right? By the same, you can't let out of your body.
Yeah, I mean your system does not process all of the nutrients, and many of them are wasted in your urine and feces. Get that back in you, mate.
It's the faux science macho bullshit that goes with it. It's exactly that. It's like precious bodily fluids. They can't have it. It can't get out there. I don't know whether part of him thinks that if the condom sits around, then she's going to use it.
Someone's going to clone him. Or
someone use it or get pregnant with it. Like, you hear the story, like, people take the condom. Or worse still, that it's going to be used. You know that TV we had a couple of weeks ago where the person, like, put the key to the padlock in the place and it was in his shoes?
Yeah.
Worse,
and it's like, this is going to end up on a like a dead body at the dump, and I'm going to be blamed for raping it or some shit.
There's only one way to make sure this jizz doesn't impregnate someone, get my fucking DNA on something, incriminate me. It's going in my mouth.
Down the hatch.
Saying precious semen like her. Precious semen.
Precious semen.
Oh, God.
Voice of Tamsinaki, dump him now. No, mate, don't dump him now. Go back in time and dump him immediately after he does it the first time.
Like...
Or at least address it and say, mate, what the fuck are you doing?
So, it's... I'm going to move this down. So weird. Like, I think... I can't imagine ever doing that. Out of the condom. But, it is so...
I mean, if you can reach down there and give yourself a bit of fun, then more power to you, but... Yeah.
I just, like... I don't want to get into this, but like...
Because he's had ribs removed for this purpose.
Like, I don't understand the out-of-the-condom nature of this. It's so weirdly clinical at the end of it. He does it, and it's like, you know when you eat crisps, and you've got a few crisps in the end, and you pick up the crisp bag, and you kind of tilt it like that.
Yeah, because you don't want to waste any of the crisps.
No.
Yeah.
And you kind of tap the bag of the crisps or whatever. I don't do that, but like, what the fuck, man? Like, you waited a year? And every time you had sex, and I don't know how often you have sex, but every time you had sex, he did this. Jesus, a year?
Full of protein. Yeah, I mean, that's the lie that, men have been telling their partners for generations to get them to swallow.
It's good for your skin.
Yeah.
So it's good for your skin, and it's good vitamins. So drink it or let it go on you.
Eating my pineapple so it tastes sweet.
I'd have just given him a blowy and swallowed it, eyes locked with... By the way, I was thinking that, Dom. I was thinking, like, at one point she has to be like... He's like, no, I can't stop. And you're just like, keep going.
No, but don't swallow. Take it into your mouth and then spit it out the window.
I think I would swallow and then, like, act like I was getting, like, morphine or something. Like, just powering up. And it's like, oh my God. Yeah, like, it's happening. It's happening.
I can see why you...
I can see why you want it.
This for so long.
Oh my God, you've hidden this from me.
What you gonna do, brother?
That's exactly what it should be like. Oh God. I'll be like da 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 da. Get a light so it comes down on you like a spotlight. Get someone like the earth shaking kind of stuff. Really rig it.
Would he slurp it off the ground like he's lost his years of work? He'd be like, no! Just grab her by the throat and bring her in and try and steal it out of her mouth. Give it back!
Yeah, if he spat it on the ground, would he slurp it off the ground? Like at what point? He's like, no. Oh, God.
Yeah, the only acceptable response to this, from her point of view, is to troll the fuck out of him. Because, like, this behaviour is not acceptable.
And her current boyfriend, I can only presume they just have sex and he just, like, throws the condom away. Or, or
just comes on her tits like a normal fucking...
Yeah. Or just, like, they find an alternative method of contraception that doesn't involve condoms, I suppose. Because they've been together for a year. Maybe she wants to go on the pill or something. I'm not saying she has to, but I'm just saying she could have done that and gone, it's okay. You don't have to use a condom anymore. I'm surprised that didn't come up as a situation.
I'm sorry, what?
You don't have to use a condom. Just come directly inside me. God, I'm so glad my parents aren't watching this shit. I just don't even know that. See my just so pleased.
Alexa, clip this and send it to Alex's parents.
Just like they'd be like, I don't know that you need to be talking about this, Alex. I'm like, listen, Dad, I don't know how to explain this to you, but it's like a stupid story, and yes, it's sexual, but I'm an adult, so
Get over it.
Get over it, Dad.
It's not like I'm standing in front of you drinking my own semen out of a condom, is it?
And he'd be like, oh, no, you misunderstand. I don't give a fuck about the jizz. It's the use of contraception, Alex. It's against the Catholic... Oh, God, I'm so sorry, yes. So do what you want with cum. God, I don't give a fuck about that. I've had 4 boys, who cares? I'll be like, oh, good point, Dad. Oh, shit. It's the contraception all along. Bloody Catholic Church.
Wow, 4 boys. He really doesn't shoot any girls, does he?
Doesn't shoot any girls, no. There were no girls, all boys.
There you go.
And that's a fact. So, yes, that was Tfue. Fucking hell. I mean, there was a lot of mileage from that one. Tfue by clipping the Twitch show and sending it to all of Alex's family. Like...
Oh, God, now I'm hearing every sperm is sacred. Mate, that's going on a t-shirt.
Every sperm is sacred.
Every sperm is sacred.
When a sperm gets wasted, God gets quite irate. Oh my God. Yeah, I just like... I mean, some of my family have watched this, obviously, but not my mum and dad.
Yet.
My brother has seen it.
Yes.
Stephen has seen it.
That was in the early days, though. We weren't nearly as vulgar then.
That is true. So it's 8:45. I know we started a bit late, but like, what else have you got on your list?
I thought we might do a little bit of a cool wall, maybe. Just a little palate cleanser before we.
You need to cleanse your palate after the
well,
jizz.
This guy doesn't.
Jizz hors d'oeuvre we had.
He just drinks his own cum straight from the condom, and then next
from the condom. When he's on his own and he's just wanking on his own, what does he do? Because there must be times when she's away on holiday or she's not there, and he's like, "I'm going to have a wank."
Probably goes straight into a cup, doesn't it?
Yeah. Something. Do you think he does that?
Licks it off his hand.
Because he's not going to have a condom. He could use a condom, couldn't he? They're not expensive. Stop. I'm going to fucking kill you, man. I swear to fucking God. Does he? So fucking... Now look like a little cat. What's it doing there? Where's it going?
It goes everywhere, Alex.
Yeah, but it goes this way. It doesn't go downwards.
Or maybe your micro penis does.
If this were me, I'd be licking off the fucking headboard. You know what I mean, guys? Right. This is wrong. I hope you're enjoying this. I don't know what we're doing anymore. Part of me thinks this is hilarious. As part of me doesn't know. Do you want to do Cool Wall? I
mean, that's a pretty neat segue into Cool Wall, because is it cool or is it fucking awful? You decide. No, not you. We'll decide.
We decide. Go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, it's the Cool Wall.
Bow, bow, Cool Wall. It totally isn't ripped off.
So it's pretty simple. You present the topics. We decide whether it's hap, nap, mega hap, or mega nap. Hap being epic, nap being shit.
So you just have to name things, and we'll see if we can come together as an accord.
Come together and then drink it from a condom.
Oh, stop. That's so fucking sexy. Lampshades.
I hate lampshades. This is... This is why she brought it up.
No shit! That's as low as it comes. You can't write lampshades and be like, that was just the first thing that came from the top of my head. Obviously you hate lampshades. We're never going to be like, oh my God, lampshades are the greatest invention ever. Listen, I don't have a lamp in this fight. What is the deal? Talk us through it.
I mean, so the idea of a lampshade obviously is just that it looks pretty and that it, covers the light bulb, because the idea of light bulbs are not nice to look at. But I really don't give a fuck. And lampshades, dull the light. The whole point of putting a light on is to get fucking light. So if I put a lampshade over it, that's less light. Then I've got to put a different fucking light in and someone's going to put a lampshade on that too. Just stop dulling my lights with fucking
Don't
bullshit.
dull my lights, man.
Don't dull my lights.
I got the impression, and I could be wrong about this, that obviously what you've said is that a hanging bulb tends to be too bright to be just there stark.
I disagree.
I'm just suggesting this is the reason, which kind of you already said, but I'm just restating it. But like, I remember one time for some reason it had been taken off in our front room, and it's just really dazzling without it. But also, I got the impression that lampshades are there to diffuse the light. Like they're intended to soften and throw the light in a more correct manner. Like you take it like that, but I mean, that's what I presume it's for. Other than what you also said, to look nice. I mean, I don't have anything against lampshades.
They're shit, mate.
I mean, I've seen some nice ones.
You haven't.
I have. There's one in IKEA that looked quite cool. My friend has it around his house.
You've never been to IKEA.
No, I know, but like, he has it around his house. His house. It has it around his house, and he got it. He got it from IKEA. There's a nice one. I'll find it for you. I said, listen, I don't hate lampshades. I don't think you can hate lampshades.
Hi.
You can't hate a
Jez?
lampshade.
I can hate lampshades.
You can't.
Yeah. This is all to say that when I left for London on Saturday afternoon,
Yes.
there was no
Oh my God, man.
lampshade-related drama in my house.
Right.
But when I came home, it wasn't even when I came home. It was the next morning when I woke up. Karis presented me the spoils of her victory from her visit to the range, and it was a lampshade.
She went to the range and she bought a lampshade.
She did.
And you were
knowing
like,
how much I dislike lampshades.
oh, but it didn't come up at this point.
She
already knew. Oh, she knew.
She knew. She knows how much I hate lampshades.
Karis playing with fire there.
Historically has. And has bought a lampshade. I'm not sure I can call it a lampshade, actually. It's kind of a random collection of rings. I'm not even sure that it does cover the light bulb. So even by its actual function, I just don't really understand the fucking point.
Do you know what? I might be
And
moving.
she's like, it's going to throw the light around the room. Trust me, you'll love it. I'm like, oh, fucking whatever. There are other battles I can win. It's fine.
Standing lamps, says Brogan, are cozier when diffused. I agree. Ceiling lampshades are pointless. Lamp accessory. What I always say, I like that Death Star lampshade. That's the one I'm thinking of. I was told we don't have room for it to go. Yeah, I was going to say earlier, it's a Death Star style one, but I thought maybe I was going crazy. But now you've said it, that makes it feel less crazy.
Isn't the Death Star black?
That's racist.
It's not. It's just a matter of fact.
Okay, fair enough. I don't think it is black. Isn't it kind of grey?
My point
Space is black.
My point is, it's dark, and doesn't that negate the point of having a light at all? Turn the light on. No, seriously, turn it on.
Yeah,
It's in a fucking black cylinder. What the fuck is this? Black and metallic. White, black, and metallic. I think I have seen these lampshades from IKEA. They're just fucking circles. Yeah,
they look cool.
No, no! Stop with the lampshades. Just put a fucking light there.
So what would you have? What would you have us do?
Just
Jeremy?
a fucking light bulb.
What would you propose? What's your suggestion to resolve this matter? Just have a dangling light.
Yes.
Oh, it looks a bit stupid. Doesn't look bad in Marley's though. Marley's has really nice looking lamps like that. So maybe if it looked like that, I'd be on board with it. You pull a cord to open up. Yeah. It looked good. So listen, I will say in this situation, although we're not done, we're probably not going to agree with this because I don't think
because you're
lampshades.
being an obtuse cunt.
Well, I mean, was it ever thus? But I don't agree with you. I mean, and you think they're mega nap. I don't think they're nap. I think they're kind of cool. But I will say something.
I could compromise on nap just to get it in that side of the spectrum.
Do you know what? I just don't think they're anything that I've ever given any time or thought to having a strong opinion either way for. Even if we don't even have something in this segment.
You just haven't thought about it enough. Just think about it a bit more and you'll realise.
Well, in which case, let me say something on your behalf then. When I was in Belgium, Isabeau had a lampshade that wasn't really a shade. It was just like a shape. It was like a kind of a shape.
Yeah,
like a
this
wire
is the
frame.
bullshit that Karis has bought.
And it was just like, it was really strange. Like, it was kind of just like, it's not like a wire, like thin like a wire, but it was just like a metal shape. And you could just see the light coming through it. And I was always like, and she had one downstairs as well. And it was just, I have to say, as a minimalist style, it looked kind of neat to be in the room. But as a practical thing to accessorize the light, it did fuck all.
Do you know what speaks minimalist style?
No lampshade.
Correct.
Oh my god, I like that. I like that.
Or no light at all. It's basically what you're getting with a lampshade on, so why not cut out the middleman and just fucking not have a light in the first place?
The Welcome collection in their cafe has tea tubes and boiling jars. Is that going to be test tubes, or I just missed? Or is a tea tube? Sometimes when people know words that I don't know if it's. But anyway, as ceiling lights, it's very cool. Oh, it probably is test tubes. Hello, Hannah. How's it going?
Go catch the VOD. It's tailored exactly for you and not grotesque in any way.
Test tubes.
Don't give her that idea, Dom. Oh god, she's a fucking scientist. She'll put test tubes everywhere.
I love that we've spoken about this for like 10 minutes, basically.
We're not going to even get it on the wall.
No, we're not. I want to have a look at some. I mean, everything in this place has got just bulbs.
You've got spotlights.
Spotlights, doesn't it?
I mean, you could put a lampshade over the.
Where do you have lampshades in your house? Do you have one in your front room?
No. This is the reason that it came up is that in our front room is this like decorative multi-bulb thing, which is also bullshit that I'm going to rip the fuck out and just replace with a regular light. So obviously Karis like, oh, I could put a lampshade on that. I'm like, fuck me.
That is how you speak, Karis.
And then likewise in the hallway, it's like a dangly on a chain thing with multiple lights, and that too is bullshit. And that's going and just being turned into a regular fucking light. And that'll probably get a lampshade put on it as well.
Can I say something, Jeremy? I feel I have not investigated this to give myself an opinion anywhere other than in the center of the dial. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I don't hate lampshades and I don't love lampshades. But I think that if I spent any time critically thinking about it, I might be able to come up with it. Can we put a pin in this and come back to it?
Yeah, we can come back to it another week.
Yeah, because I feel like...
I think once you see the lampshade that Karis has bought, you'll be like, oh my god, I see what you're saying. They're going in the fucking sea.
See, that's what I'm saying. I want to give this a fair shot because I feel they're the kind of thing that I just haven't even noticed in my life. You know, they're there, but they're like, you know, like cigarette machines. You know, I couldn't tell you where any of them exist because
like they're not for you, so you
I don't even pay attention.
Yeah.
How about ceiling fans with a light under? Jeremy loves a ceiling fan.
Man, our fucking ceiling fan, what a waste of fucking space, honestly. Honest to God. It's a fan.
Yeah.
With a light underneath it.
Yeah.
And it's got a remote control so you can control the fan and you can set the light to different luminescences. Except the problem is when you turn the fan part on, it obscures the infrared receiver and so you can't turn it back off again.
What a design.
And then I promptly managed to, while standing up on the bed, for reasons that are probably obvious but will go unsaid, I headbutted one of the blades of the fan while it was turned off and completely snapped it.
Were you about to drop an elbow on Karis?
And so now we cannot use the ceiling fan because the off-balance nature of it makes it try and spin up through our ceiling into the loft. So that needs replacing as well. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And that'll probably have a fucking lampshade put on it as well. The lights in our bedroom are fucking crazy. We've got 3 light switches. When you go into the room, there are 3 light switches. One for spotlights along the sides.
Yeah.
One for spotlights in the bay. And then the third for the ceiling fan that needed a remote control to turn on, in addition to it being a switch on the wall.
Whoever did this house, man.
Like the person that lived in our house before us, that owned the house before us, was an electrician. Not a good one.
Not a good one.
There is
I bet
so much
it's
electrical bullshit around
Yes.
this house.
Not sure I want to know about your bedroom lighting situation. Man, you think this is the problem you're going to have with this fucking episode? Strap the fuck in, Hannah, when you go back. And a mirror on the ceiling. That's how you like it.
I couldn't have a mirror on the ceiling. It would freak me out. Nobody should see something that big on a daily basis.
I don't think you can see your ego in reflection. Boom. We're going to put a pin in that one. Dom said...
Yeah.
Oh, can we go back up? Because I think Dom
I was
said...
going to say, we had some suggestions, but the first one kind of riled me up, so let's get back to it.
yeah. I think he said something about cocktails.
Cocktails. Woo!
Um,
We've gone too far. I can't see the traitors, says Harmstone.
The traitors.
I think we can agree on that.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
You've only seen the British one.
But I love it.
Where I've seen all of them.
Well, I'm going to say the traitors is mega hap.
I will agree that the traitors is mega hap, despite the bullshit that was the second season of the Australian Traitors. That was shit.
Shit, I need to watch this stuff.
You do. You really do. I'll give you them all.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Because I need to watch them in
Yeah.
the bedroom.
And Traitors Canada started this week, first season of that. I haven't watched any yet, but it sounds like it's going to be good. And now I know that there are foreign language versions. I'm going to have to go and find those as well. I'm all in on the Traitors. Fucking love the Traitors. So we have agreement then.
Yes.
The Traitors, mega hap.
Mega hap. Obviously, we haven't got further down, but there'll be a Letha saying about how shit it is. So.
Probably.
Smoked cocktails and generally the inclusion of blowtorches in cocktail making.
I'm all right with it.
I'm fine with it. Like, cocktails are all hap. The concept of cocktails are hap. And probably advancements and cool things in cocktails are also hap. Captain Brilliant has a little thing. He has a little blowtorch and he has a little thing.
No, he doesn't. He broke it.
Does sound like something he would do.
No, I'm not.
Really
I'm not even joking. He broke it shortly after. Back in the COVID era when he did cocktails and bullshit every week, and he bought a nice like smoker set and used bell tubes and things.
Yeah,
like
he puts the thing over the top. He burns the wood, puts the thing over, let it go over. Actually, I have to say that was really fucking cool. And sometimes I think these things are going to have no effect whatsoever, and he takes the thing off, and you taste the thing, and you really can smoke.
It was probably about 3 years ago nowish, actually, because he did it for Halloween in 2020.
I think he might have got a new one, because I definitely had one.
Oh, has he got a new one? Right.
Well, I definitely had one not too long ago.
Yeah, but I know that
he like a Smoky Man hat on a smoky
all of that shit that he bought for cocktails and bullshit broke pretty quickly. I do remember that.
What I will say is, as much as it's a nice thing if you really want to do that sort of stuff, I would find it too much of faff for me not to just... I'd rather just make a Negroni.
It's definitely a visual thing, isn't it? It's something you want to go to a bar and have someone do this in front of you. It's very spectacular, and then you're paying for the experience as well as the drink then. And to be frank, if you're getting a cocktail out, it better be a fucking experience, because it's going to cost you like 2 years of your house.
At the potting shed, which we love, and if you ever come down to Folkestone, we'll take you there. I always order a gin martini because it's what I want. He pours so much in there, and every time it's an experience, because he comes across with the gin and the vermouth and the lemons. He does the whole thing there and then, and he swirls the vermouth around the glass and chucks it on the floor with a bit of flair. And this week when I went there, like every week, everyone nearby on the nearby tables is like, "What's going on?" And I guess I kind of love it, really, obviously. But
yeah, he says he ordered it. He doesn't order anymore. He literally just sits down.
And I didn't order, you're right.
And just starts making it.
He did.
For him.
He just only have the same thing. I do love it. And this time, he had an audience. Right. This is the good thing about this drink, is that he has an audience, and people are like, "Oh, what's that?" And they're all looking around. So he does this. He obviously is pouring it, free pouring. I'm like, I'm gonna get another fucking finger of drink in this thing. He's just gonna be like, "Oh, is that what I get?"
Like, not too strong.
Yeah. Okay. It's just pouring over the surface tension. Oh my god. So yeah, I have to say, smoked cocktails, I like it. They're hap.
Yeah,
I don't think they're crazy hap.
I wouldn't say mega hap, because
That's
too
too
much.
much.
I don't want to make the effort to make them myself.
No, I'd say they are hap.
I would agree. There you go. That's 2 on the wall.
2 on the wall. Put it on the wall.
Got to be a record. We don't usually actually get things on the wall.
Should we go down to the bottom and see what Letha said when we said
to the bottom Oh,
Oh no, I think we're further down than we've actually.
well, we're in the future.
We're in the future.
We're reading comments that they haven't even typed in yet.
Well, we've gone too far. They've said more than we were at.
Fair enough.
There you go. That's where we were.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, you didn't say anything.
Hmm.
Indecisive Elf is here.
Welcome, Tess.
Welcome in. I've completed university exams for the year. That was for her hat. Well, congratulations. I'm glad you're here. When you get into England, I can't remember. You say next year?
Yeah, 24.
2024.
Do you remember
Elf 2024.
that we used to call her Tits?
God.
I'd forgotten as well, but then the rerun reminded me.
Why is that? Because we don't know her name.
I'd
forgotten the rules of what I'm meant to be doing to learn her name. It was like I think it was a short name.
It was a short, cute name.
It was a short, cute name.
Yeah, and that's why I went with Tits.
Yeah.
Tits.
Elf has a short, cute name. We still don't know it.
Tits.
I kind of like that this thing is still a thing.
Mm.
I think I said something like gem because it was short and kind of cute, like a sparkly gem, and it seemed like something that'd be. Oh, I think it was also something that was unlikely, like it wasn't well known. I was thinking the other day, I'll be showing up in February and continue to be called Tits.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
it's tits, not tit. Like they're not cute in singular; they're only cute in a pair.
Yeah. If you show up in February, you better fucking tell us your real name.
I thought that sentence was going in a different direction. Then, if you show up in February, you better show us your tits. Like, it's a bit bold, Alex. She won't come.
Don't ask, don't get. Yes, you will. Oh God, I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, going back to what Dom said about I love them. That's the smoked stuff. But some people find it annoying. Just make me a drink. I pretty much only do it to show off, and for other people, I never do it for myself. Thank fuck I'm not a minor, Jex.
Well, I knew,
is that me and you together, Alex?
I knew you weren't a minor because I've seen you stream.
Yes, I've seen you stream. We know you're not a minor.
Yeah, you didn't even have a hat or a pickaxe or anything.
Yeah. Does anybody have anything they want us to put on the wall, or we will move along to our final destination?
Sounds like a no to me.
What was I going to say? There's something I really wanted to talk about. I really can't fucking remember what it was. But it doesn't matter. We've put some things on the wall. Oh, God, what the fuck is going on? Just reading what's here. Right. Let's go to the last. You don't have an Anator, do you?
I don't have an Anator.
Is this not Anator?
We could do the same one as last week if you want.
No, I think we'll. I think that was a good one though.
I can't remember what it was. Do you remember what it was?
Was it not Taylor Swift?
Oh, it was Taylor Swift. Yeah. That was a good one.
All right,
I cracked myself up.
Let's finish this shit off, and when I finish, I mean talk for another half an hour in the segment we like to call "Am I the Arsehole?"
Am I the asshole? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Am I the arsehole? Jeremy has sourced some wonderful arseholes from the internet.
I do have an eye for arseholes. Like, I'm very discerning. Only the finest arseholes will do.
Yes. See, I don't think I'm going to drink this gin. I don't think I'm in an alcohol mood. I think I'm going to have some more Pepsi, though. Can you pass me the Pepsi, please?
Yeah, sure. I must say, I'm not sure that you should drink that gin, because I think the can is corroded at the bottom.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, it like left a ring of corrosion on you. I wouldn't drink it, personally.
I think it's just been sitting in the fridge, and maybe there's some gunk on the back of my fridge or something.
Maybe.
But we'll get to that.
Takes one to know one. Well, quite. Can't remember what you're referring to. Probably my delectation of
Am I the arsehole for bringing home a lampshade when I know my husband hates them?
I don't think we need to discuss this one much further.
No, I think you're fine. Absolutely, hit the button.
You are the arsehole.
Yes, 100%.
Wow, three am I the arseholes today. You are spoiled. Absolutely.
Arseholes are best when aged in a splintery dark cellar. Spooky. 'Tis the season. Aged.
I fell into a burning ring of corrosion. Doesn't quite go. I wanted a gin and tonic. My fridge said no gin. And it burns. Whatever you get
Ring of
from
corrosion.
Drinking metal. perhaps tinnitus. No, is it tetanus?
Tetanus. What's the order here? You know what they are.
I think you should start with that.
Fuck me, what the fuck is going on? I have to say, like, I don't have an obsession with jizz. Mum and Dad. They're not here. But should they ever? What's this? Am I the arsehole
Yes, you are.
for making a microscope slide of my husband's sperm? Honestly, I don't know what the fucking theme is here.
Well, it's sperm, obviously.
It is sperm. Am I the arsehole for making a microscope slide of my husband's sperm? Is this some sort of science teacher? Is this Keris? Is the sperm yours? Inquiring minds want to know. Okay.
I don't think my sperm would fit in a microscope slide.
Whee! Just smashing it. Every time they put the second bit of glass on it, just
Get
scatter.
the fuck off!
Get out of there! Such alpha sperm. Just like crawling on the ground, trying to find Keris. Desperate to get inside her. Fucking hell, she's like legging it along. And it's got like a little camera, like it's from its perspective.
Like the Predator can.
Yeah. And she's just like running, like, ah!
It trips over because it's Keris.
Yeah.
She's clumsy.
Trips over because it's Keris. Oh. Don't call it a comeback.
I've been here for years.
I think this is stupid. But my husband is annoyed with me, so it's whatever. This morning I went to take a shower, and I was, that my husband had, not so gracefully, spewed his seed. What the fuck is this? Is this a poem? The fuck is this? Spewed?
It does sound like it's written in iambic pentameter.
I think this is stupid, but my husband is annoyed.
This is stupid, but
Bloody, just evidently there's some sort of fractious issue that is causing them to break the 10 beats. But anyway, this morning I went to take a shower, and I was my husband annoyed. I was annoyed. I don't know what missing word is there. And I was annoyed that my husband had not so gracefully, or was I annoyed with my husband? Oh no, I can't fucking work it out.
I think you're right with I was annoyed.
I was annoyed that my husband had not so gracefully spewn his seed on our glass shower door and didn't clean it up. Spewn?
That's not a word. It's spewed.
You
surely.
spew it. Spewed. You're not. My husband. It's not a past participle of to spew.
Spewed.
It's not spew. You spew like you vomit, right?
Yeah.
So I have not. I saw Jez. He had spewn outside Weatherspoons.
Spewn?
Spewn! SPEWN. My husband, and not so gracefully. Okay, what would it be gracefully? Fucking, like, a beautiful fucking hand calligraphy. He'd written "I love you" in sperm, but like in this beautiful cursive script, you know. I was watching Bake Off, and they used to make opera cakes, and it's a big tiered cake, and it's this beautiful ganache on the top. You've got to make the ganache right, and then you pipe.
Oh yeah, that
on the
cake
top
that
of
nobody could get right, and they always fucked up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And when they finally do the piping, it's this beautiful script, and that's what I got in my head. This kind of jizz that's just looping around
with his penis, though.
I'd say it was graceful to have landing on the pane and not on the floor, not on her face. Am I right, Brogan? Yeah.
While she was in a different room and he was in the shower.
Boom.
That would be expert.
The fuck.
Hey Ali, welcome.
Hey Ali. Spoon is the noise Jez's super sperm makes. Spoon.
Spume. It does.
Spoon. He spewed his seed on our glass shower door and didn't clean it up.
Right, I'm going to need that sentence again for TikToking purposes because I think it was probably a bit too disjointed.
I think this is stupid, but my husband is annoyed at me, so it's whatever. This morning I went to take a shower and I was annoyed that my husband had not so gracefully spewed his seed on our glass shower door and didn't clean it up.
Perfect. So then throw in the bits about spewing, all that kind of stuff, and continue.
I went to him and asked that he clean it up in the future and maybe consider not jerking into our shared shower. He said, "Don't worry, I'll lick it up because it's precious." He said, I said, I said, I don't want my shower to be filled with crusty old jizz. He argued with
Then
me.
get in the shower quicker, bitch.
He argued with, what a man, what a man, what a man.
Don't give it a chance to dry.
What a mighty good man. Like, it wouldn't be doing at all if you fucking swallowed it. Fucking hell. Anyway, listen, I'm not really that kind of guy. Just want to explain myself. No explanations. Go fuck yourself. Right. Yeah, love it. Everything I support.
Yeah, I'm not really a dickhead.
I just act like a dickhead occasionally.
I just play one on DGMS.
I just play one, yeah. Is that Scottish Soul?
Yes,
Welcome
back.
in. You have joined us at a fucked up time. And if you ever go back and watch the other fucked up shit, just fuck is fucked up.
Hope you like Sperm.
Hope you like jizz. I don't want my shower to be filled with crusty old jizz. No one would. He argued, and I can't wait to see where this is going, with me that it was just shampoo. Oh, the old it's just shampoo trick. Yeah. Well, I said, it doesn't taste like shampoo. So, QED, all right? And I'm being crazy, basically. That's right. Gaslighting, jizz lighting. Getting dirty in the place where one cleans themselves. That's the best place to get dirty.
Yeah, because then it just wash it off.
It just washes away, or not in his case. The fact that he kept insisting it was shampoo when I knew it wasn't annoyed me. So I grabbed a Q-tip and a microscope slide. Some of the viewers may remember the title of this, some 8 hours ago. I grabbed a Q-tip and a microscope slide and glass covering and made a wet mounted slide. If you're wondering why I have those on hand, it's because I'm a nerd like Keris. I took a microbiology course in college years back and kept all the stuff. I viewed his slide and showed it to him. It was obviously sperm. Do you know the...
J'accuse!
Do you know what it looks like? You know, when we all examine, like, onion layers, we kind of get the idea of what we're talking. Do you really know the difference of what these things, the chemical makeup of...
I've got to be honest, Alex. I think I would know more what a sperm looks like under a microscope than an onion slide. And I have only looked at one of those things under a microscope.
Right. Wiggly tadpoles. Are they going to look like wiggly tadpoles? I can't imagine that. Not even under a mic. How much...
I mean,
or is that just a cartoon? Is that like a...
No, I think they do look like wiggly tadpoles. Do they still look
would.
like wiggly
They
tadpoles?
They do.
When they're dead? How long do they live?
But you know what?
These are the questions.
I presume they were so small that you... I mean, I know a microscope, right? But I mean, even so... Wow. Shampoo isn't alive at least. Not Jess's, they're hench as fuck. They've all just got... They've got fucking...
They've got arms.
Fucking arms.
They're like the latter stage of the
muscles.
tadpoles when it's grown arms and it's ready to become a frog.
And they're like fucking nougie in the other ones, and they're just fucking like just punching the other ones in the face. Except they're all like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
one
it
arm's
makes...
bigger than the other because it's ripped off its own leg to fucking curl it.
Scottish Soul, how do you know all this? Not that I don't doubt. I'm just saying, are you a scientist, an avid sperm examiner? It makes sense that they should. I just, in my head, it's a bit too cartoony or Woody Allen-y for me to be able to see that. But I guess you should. I'm an ex-nurse with a fascination for sexual health. Oh shit, son, you'd love this fucking show. Just go back and watch the other stuff. They live for up to 7 hours if the temperature doesn't change too much. No wonder that guy's fucking drinking it. He doesn't want that shit hanging around.
But at what point are they crusty? Probably more than 7 hours. So that's the question. What does dead sperm look like under a microscope?
I mean, she doesn't. I mean, I think I don't know.
How many sperm have died excruciating deaths just cast into a tissue or a condom?
If you knew that the sperm experience some sort of pain every time you fucking...
That would change things drastically, wouldn't it?
Can you imagine if, like, you heard them scream one day as they're like, why are you doing this? I'd be like...
Because there's, like, thousands of sperm in one, like, ejaculation, right?
Yeah, more for you.
Yeah. Well, no, there's less because they take up more
need,
room.
like, oh, yeah, like there's 5.
Yeah. And they do the bit
punching each other in the face.
Yeah.
Maybe all shampoo is spunk. Have you thought about that? Welcome in, Tamsin. Coming in like a force of nature. Have you seen Look Who's Talking, where the sperm travels to the egg?
Yes.
That's pretty much similar, but yes, you can see the dead tadpoles with the little tail.
I love Look Who's Talking. It's great.
This is weird. I never watched that, actually. I don't know why. I don't remember it's out, but I just never saw it. This is fucked up. I'm glad we're all talking about it, though. Anyway, you're wondering why I have those stuff, I viewed it and he showed it to him. It's obviously sperm because it's all wiggly and shit, like we all knew.
Like everybody knew, including Alex.
Yes. So weird. I just can't imagine it. We had a big fight and he got mad at me and said, I can never let anything go. Unlike your sperm, which you let go all over the side of the shower.
Let it go.
We had a big fight. How do you got mad because you got fucking caught, mate? You came up with a shit lie.
Anymore.
And then someone scienced it. Like, this is something Keris would do.
Yeah.
100%.
Like, this is how to win an argument 101.
Right?
There is no recourse for this. That's why he's so fucked
You're
up.
so annoyed, bloke.
There's nowhere for him to go in this
got
argument.
nothing.
He's lost.
You've got nothing. And that's what you hate
Conclusively.
more than anything else. Like, there's sometimes when people say things and they're verifiable, don't fucking start getting into facts. Like, well, actually, I'll tell you something, and then it's like something you can look up on the internet. And you're like, and then someone goes, oh, I guess I'll look that up then. It's like, actually, I was the best boy in Batman Forever. And I'm like, were you though? Let's look that up on the fucking... Oh, I went on IMDb and it turns out you weren't.
It's like the... have you seen the latest round of Progressive commercials where they are in an NFL style are challenging things that have happened?
No. Oh, yeah, challenge that. Yeah, drop the red flag.
Somebody left the sunroof open and
I saw that
car's waterlogged. And they're like, oh, yeah, I guess you left the sunroof open. I'm like, no,
I
didn't
didn't
leave the sunroof open. I'm like, well, let's throw a little red flag and
let's
challenge
check that
this, shall
one.
we? Like,
They are good ads.
let me get that for you.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
They are good.
This guy, like, how would you... I guess he thought to himself, I can say this lie because, like, she's actually going to scoop that shit up and put it under a microscope slide.
It's not where anybody's mind would go. It's like, yeah, she can't prove it's shampoo. I'm just going to say it's shampoo.
Just fucking... We had a big fight and he got mad at me and said, I can never let anything go. And I said, we wouldn't be in this position if he just cleaned up after himself. You've got nothing to... Not a leg to stand on.
He didn't even need to clean up after himself. He just needed to mea culpa. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry. Like,
why would you just...
You're right. I shouldn't have jizzed up the glass.
And even if you did it,
get
a
it in
quick
the drain next time.
swipe with the shower head.
Well, maybe the shower head doesn't come off. Like, mine doesn't.
Does it not?
No, mine's fixed.
I guess you just have to jizz up into it.
I mean, it's very far away from the glass.
You'd be okay, though.
Yeah.
But not everybody.
My sperm would clean up after themselves.
Yeah. I told him to stop insisting I'm wrong when I know I'm right. We have disagreements all the time where he tells me I'm wrong when I know I'm right, and he gets so angry when I prove I'm right. Like when he insists our dog's vet is open on Sundays, when I know it's closed on Sundays. This is what I'm talking about. It's like, it's open. It's like, go to Google. It's closed. Why do you have to let... Because people love to fucking...
People have to be right.
Have to be right.
Even when they're not.
Something my boss hated was my boss would say something to her ex and go like, oh, by the way, it's this, this, and this. And he goes, I don't think it is. It's like, no, it is. And he goes, well, let me just check it on Google. Like, her word is not enough. He needs to verify it. And it fucking irritated the shit out of her every time he did it. It's just like, oh, I don't think it is. Let me, and then she'd be like, okay, go and check it. And he'd go like, okay, well, let's just... Okay, anyway, what do you want to do for dinner tonight? Something like that. It's like, oh, right, obviously you found something in you. What did it say? Oh, nothing. Doesn't matter. Anyway, I work as a private investigator. That took a turn.
Yeah, you kind of knew this was coming then, didn't you?
Wanting to know what's true and what isn't is just in my nature. He knew this before he married me. Am I the asshole? Edit. Yes, I know I'm psycho. No, my husband isn't some poor, sexually repressed man taking his anger out on the shower door. I literally do him like every day. Crazy is good in bed. No, I don't know why he doesn't just say sorry for jizzing on the shower door. I'll go clean up my swimmers. No, we aren't getting a divorce. Say what you want. I have fun in my marriage and in life. I'm off to fingerprint my box of fruit snacks to see if he ate any. Listen, I'm just going to catch up on.
Shampspoon.
They die like the bodies of Pompeii. Just had their final sperm moments locked in crust. People will, years later down the line, look at this stuff that, what could have been? What could have been? Just like Pompeii.
Like dinosaurs frozen in amber.
Yeah. Like fucking Han Solo and Carbonite. He was aiming for the head and shoulders. I bet he was. Boom. Not the arsehole, says Dom. I don't think she's the arsehole either.
No, I think, in fact, this is a legendary maneuver, and it is something that I would do. The lengths I would go to prove that I'm fucking right and
I think
that you've done wrong.
If you like, don't be ridiculous. It's actually shampoo. I never would do that. It's like, found you out. Right, you should be just like, okay, fine. But he's like, no, you didn't. Actually, and she's like, I have a great relationship. But I think if my other half just kept pulling that sort of shit with me, I think it would.
Yeah, in some situations, you reach a point where you're like, just stop saying the wrong thing. Just stop denying the thing. Just admit the thing, and we can all move on. All you have to do is just say the thing.
Yeah.
Just
say the line bar. Han Solo was what got him into this mess. That's good. That's really good.
And on that note, I think it's fair to say the op is not the arsehole.
Not the arsehole. Not the arsehole. Okay. Last one. Your one.
Last one. I haven't decided which one I'm doing. I have a choice.
You got a couple?
Yeah. I think this one. It's a little lengthy, but it's not semen related. So, let's close out on something not disgusting.
So not my penis then.
Or anyone's for that matter. There may be penises involved.
God.
By which I mean men. Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
For not telling my wife the real reason why I married her. Am I the arsehole for not telling my wife the real reason why I married her?
I'm just saying he's a gold digger.
He ain't missing with no broke. To give some context to my current situation, I need to provide some background information.
Please do.
About 14 years ago, I, M42 today, got my M.Eng, I assume that's Masters in Engineering, degree, but was struggling to find work. I did eventually land a job working for a medium-sized company, but even then I was still struggling financially as I owed so much debt in student loans and lived in a pretty expensive city.
Okay.
I was admittedly at a pretty low point in my life. I'm sure many people can relate to the feeling that you've done so much schoolwork and then you don't have much to show for it. I did, however, build a good relationship with my boss, M84 today. As
M84 today? So it's the boss's birthday and his birthday today. Didn't you say like he was M42 today?
Yeah, no, it doesn't mean it like that. As in, he's
it's my birthday today.
No, he's 42 today.
Today,
but the story is 14 years ago.
Oh, I thought it was his birthday. Do you know he says like, I'm M42 today. I'm like, great, thanks for sharing. Oh, that's not so much fun. And then he's like, 84 today. I was like, same birthday as your boss?
Mate, it's going to blow your mind when we get to his wife.
Oh, shit, son. Please tell me someone was thinking the same thing. Please don't leave me on my own. Just lie. Lie to me! Anyway. Double cake! Yes, yes, yes!
I did, however, build a good relationship with my boss, M84, today. As in my mind, this was the easiest way to earn promotions and turn in a high income. You thought you'd bootleg. It works for most people, I'll give you that.
Thank you, Dom.
Eventually, I met my boss's family. One thing that became quickly obvious was that his daughter, Rose, coincidentally also her birthday today, F39...
We were all at a birthday party. We should have done this together every year.
Rose, F39 today, liked me a lot.
Oh.
I didn't think too much of it at the time because I thought mixing my personal and my professional lives would be a bad idea. Also, I did not reciprocate her feelings in any way, though for obvious reasons, I was also exceptionally polite to her at every interaction.
Yeah, because you're not a dickhead.
Long story short,
too late.
My boss's wife, F78,
today
found out and started getting invited by my boss to his house party. No, not house party. Allow me to rephrase that.
Go back a couple of sentences. So, like, someone found out.
Long story short, my boss's wife, F78 today, found out that their daughter liked this dude. And I started getting invited by my boss to his house pretty regularly for things like dinners, etc. I don't think you can use etc. after one example. That's not
Dinners and
stuff.
And that was it.
Yeah. Dinners and etc.
Dinners, etc. Bowling, trips, stuff.
Throughout all of these, my boss and his wife would somehow always steer conversations in ways that led me just talking to Rose, or would leave the room for some reason, or just leaving the two of us altogether.
Was it? By the way, the beginning of this, and I know it's been a long time, but like, is he married to someone? Is he in a relationship?
He is married to Rose.
Oh, he is married to Rose. Oh shit! Did it make it clear at the beginning?
I mean, the title kind of gives it away.
I can't remember the title now, Jeremy.
It's been 84 years.
Today.
84 today.
Today. Okay, right. So carry
just
on.
to recap, it's am I the asshole for telling my wife the real reason why I'm at
Oh, I see.
for
Right.
not
Oh, yeah,
telling
yeah.
my wife the
Oh,
real
right.
reason
Yeah.
why I'm
So,
at
like, I see where this is going, and I love it even more. Right, carry on.
exposition.
I just got caught up with the birthday thing, and that's all I could think about. And then I wasn't really paying attention because, like, everyone was talking about it, and you can see where this is going. Anyway.
You're like a giddy schoolboy.
I'm just loving everything about it. I just can't stop.
Later,
Yes.
my boss would even tell me things like how I felt like family, and he'd be happy to recommend me to higher positions, etc. Since his wife and daughter are so fond of me.
Let's not forget, and I know this is where it's going, he was on hard times, guys, and he needs a job. You know? He's got to pay those debts off. Do you know what? If he'd have turned around and said, listen, I've got $30,000 worth of engineering student debts, if they were somehow to disappear, we can talk. Let's talk. Carry on, sorry.
How much does a marriage cost these days? Hang on, let me just look up my student
Checks
debt.
notes.
Easily north of 30 grand. Yeah. Needless to say, I started talking more to Rose. And within weeks, I got a promotion.
No.
While I will admit to not feeling much of a romantic connection with Rose, I did put a lot of effort into fostering that relationship.
Oh, no shit, but you did have an end in mind, though. You know, I put a lot of effort into getting that job. I mean, getting that relationship.
And she was happy with the attention that I was giving her.
Yeah, but it was a means to an end, so...
After a few months of this, we were married.
A few months?!
As you can imagine, my career really took off then. However, I did leave the company roughly 2 years after getting married, and with the recommendations I was able to get from my former boss / father-in-law and several other people he introduced me to, I was able to secure a good position elsewhere. Today, I can happily say
I'm divorced.
that after being married for 12 years and having 3 children together,
It can't have been that bad.
there is no woman I would rather spend my life with. Because I feel like this, I've always felt that my primary motivator for getting married to Rose is no longer relevant. That being said, I had lunch with 2 of my longtime friends, Michael, M43. Didn't say today, it's not his birthday today.
No, it's not his birthday. Well, it's a different day.
And Wilson, M38. And a few days ago. Michael and Wilson.
Great names.
We haven't seen each other in about a year, so it was a nice opportunity to catch up. I'd like to add that Michael and Wilson are both familiar with my situation, as we were in regular contact.
You
back
slept
then.
your way to the top.
Not even slept. Married his way to the
Married
top.
his way to the top.
I suppose the sleeping came later. They had 3 children. At one point in the conversation, Michael asked if Rose ever found out the real reason why I decided to marry her. I told him, of course not.
And shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Itchnate on the marriage bay. And said that her finding out would be needlessly painful for her. Wilson agreed with Michael, saying things like honesty and transparency were the main things he and his wife picked up from couples therapy, and that it would be better long term if Rose found out. Shut the fuck up, Michael, you prick.
Honesty. I mean, you wouldn't listen. If you knew what you're talking about, you wouldn't be in couples therapy in the
I've
first
been
place.
to couples therapy. I think I know a little
I know
thing
what I'm
about
talking about.
honesty, and you should tell her the truth. Shut the fuck up. Just fucking shut up.
We've been fine for 12 years. What are you fucking talking about?
Don't rock the boat.
Don't rock the boat, baby.
Could lose my promotion. I mean, marriage over this. I reaffirmed to them that Rose not knowing would be best for our family, and the conversation largely ended there.
Good.
Yeah, because he told him to shut the fuck up, I would hope. That being said, I have started to think more and more about what they've said, and do feel a little bit guilty.
No, what, 12 years? You feel guilty now? Suck it up.
I the asshole? There's a bit of an agony with Alex as well. If you'd like to, offer some advice at the same time.
I like to be flippant and say you're not the arsehole, but basically you had zero interest in this woman until you realised the tangible benefit of getting her with her would get you out of your fucking I don't have a fucking job doldrums. And all it took you was the sweet, hanging. I mean, everything was fine. You get to go around there all the time, get loads of food, get loads of benefits. All you have to do is suck it up and marry her.
No, she's got to suck it up.
No, he just takes it from the condom directly afterwards.
Makes sense.
And it's just not nice to do. But it's you say you didn't have any, you weren't attracted to her. She was attracted to you. You didn't like her, but you put up with it for the job. And I'm surprised actually this doesn't end like when he says, after the recommendations I got from my boss and other people, I got a better job in a mega fucking company. I then dumped Rose.
I then fucked off.
I'm surprised it doesn't say that. This isn't a nice thing to do. This is, and I
mean, it does sound like he fell for her in the end.
Yeah. But like, is that just not like,
it's better like an undercover cop.
Better the devil
Like,
I don't know, connecting to chat, that doesn't look good. That looks like
Crashville, North Carolina, doesn't it?
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
It's back.
No, maybe did we go? It seems to suggest
everything.
Now he loves her. But that's like, so imagine how that conversation would go. He goes, "Hey, fun. I was talking to Mike and Wilson. Oh yeah, how are they doing?
Oh, those cunts, yeah.
Oh yeah, they're doing good.
What do those pricks have to say?
Oh, it's a funny story, and you're going to laugh about this. And I remind you how much I love you and our kids and everything about our life is wonderful. My funny story, when we first, got together, before we got together, in fact, your dad was really up. Oh, I know, he was really pushing us together, and I was really into you. I was more into you for getting the job. I wasn't into you even a little tiny bit, and I just went out with you because I knew I was going to get a better job from it. I think she would not see the funny side, mainly because there isn't a funny side.
Do you know who would see the funny side even less? Her dad.
Yes! Oh, imagine the dad finding out this stuff. Oh, yeah, by the way, Dad, we split up. Oh, I thought you were great together. How happened? What happened? It turned out he was only using me to get you to give him a job. Can you imagine the fallout from this shit?
He would lose his current job because you can bet that this guy whose 84th birthday is every day was able to pull in his connections to get this guy yeeted the fuck out of whatever job he's in now.
You know what? Use his connections. Bada bing, bada boom. Sleeping with the fishes. That's what's going to happen. I just think, have you got a bit at the end there that was in what was that? An edit bit, or was that just another one on the end?
That's another Am I the Arsehole?
You are the arsehole. It was funny and it was a great story, but mate, you are an arsehole. Yeah. This is not a nice guy thing to do.
All's well that ends well, but that's
you.
more luck than judgment, to be quite honest with you.
I think he can never tell her.
He can never tell her.
No, of course he can never tell her.
Unless
he break her fucking heart.
Unless he wants to fucking grenade his entire life.
That's
and hers.
done. You're done.
Yeah.
Although
this has to go with you to the grave.
Yes. Wilson, that volleyball-faced cunt. Who cares what he says? That's all I've been thinking about is Wilson. I've never even seen the film.
I've seen the film and I don't even like Tom Hanks.
Wow.
Yeah. Didn't like it though. It was a shit film.
So, I presume everyone thinks the guy's an arsehole.
Well, it doesn't matter what they think, does it?
It doesn't matter.
So what do you think, Alex?
He's the arsehole.
I agree. What a prick.
Terrible prick. But it all worked out well for him. He married well. Like Duncan. You know?
What do you think of the real reason that Duncan married Amy, or Amy married Duncan, whichever is funnier?
I'm trying to think of which one would be funnier. And what's the real reason? I can't think of a good reason why Amy married Duncan, so it must be the other way
Still
around.
don't even know now.
No, it's still confusing for everybody involved.
Yeah.
But never let him see this. Yeah, after all this time. Well, I'm just waiting for Michael to have a bad couples therapy session and to tell Rose, right? Listen, here's the problem with this story, is that 2 of your friends know the truth.
It's true. You've got to kill them.
You must. Honestly,
Like,
that shit.
Like, you're left with no choice. And even if you got caught, it would stand up in a court.
Couples therapy guy is going to be like, if you won't tell her, I will.
Yeah.
This is just too much. I'm going to tell her. And he'll be on the phone to Rose and he'll knock the fucking phone out of his hand and start strangling the show. I've worked too goddamn hard for this. You understand? He's like, you understand this?
Wilson's got to go.
Wilson's got to go.
And so is Michael, but we already knew that from previous Michaels.
I mean, who wouldn't want the surname The Singer? That's true. Amy is currently...
It's pronounced Thessinger, actually.
Sunning herself in sunny Malta. I don't know where they've gone. But without Son's singer, Duncan has remained in the country.
Oh, yeah.
And because Duncan and Amy went on holiday to this place, and then she wanted to go back with her mum, so her mum and her have gone and left Duncan at home, which means this weekend, all I'm doing is sleeping over around at Duncan's house and playing board games.
Oh, yeah.
Which you could do, but you have a thing.
Yes, yeah, it's my daughter's birthday party with family.
Just fucking give her a present, come over and play board games. But yes, yeah, it's gonna be good. Well, listen, I think this has been amazing. So funny, so much. Listen, we've all had a lot of fun.
Especially those of you out there that really like jizz.
If you like jizz, listen. If any of the issues tonight have affected you, and you feel the need to talk to me about it, please don't, because I don't care. But especially if it's something about swallowing jizz. Oh, no, then do tell me. Actually, that's fine. If you want to tell me about that. That's fine.
Only if you're fit, though.
Yeah, only if you're fit. Yeah.
Otherwise, talk to the hand.
Shall we go?
Yeah, I don't really know how to segue out of that, to be honest. So, I won't.
Don't.